I'm already recording it, so.
Me too. Now I'm gonna post this on the YouTube too.
Okay, cool.
So this is the first shot. The man and woman, the door opens, right? They're walking in. And so do we see them walk in?
Yeah.
Okay, where do they go? To the right, like.
No, they just stop right in front, and they stop right. It's like the first reaction when they enter the room together or the house.
And then the next scene is her smelling.
It'll be like a medium. So you're at a wide shot, and then it's gonna be more of a medium, so like more of like a bust up, but it's a 2-shot still.
But still at the door.
Yeah, still at the door, and there we can do where she does the smell. I would still like to get an extreme close-up shot to see if we can, work that in. Maybe take the extreme if we need to. So we're definitely gonna get 2 shots in that close.
So we're gonna go
medium
from a 1 shot to the medium 2-shot to an extreme close-up.
Yeah.
And then back out to a medium.
Back out to the wide.
Okay.
To the wide because it just kind of I think it goes with the flow. It brings it back because right there is we're gonna do the pan, and the pan is gonna go to the
All right, so let's write that down. So wide shot, medium, extreme close up, back to wide, and
from that wide it's gonna be a pan to the narrator.
All right, and so
that last wide is where she tells him what's wrong.
Volunteered his house.
Yeah.
If we use like my house,
Yeah.
Well, I guess this way, your way. And then I think both of ours, the way our house is set up is that the couches are over here. So maybe the narrator's sitting on the couch. So we pan this way, right? And then, let's see. I don't know how to draw a couch. So we got the narrator.
You want him in okay.
All right, he's sitting on the couch. But we pan in the wide shot.
That'll work.
So we're still over here from over here, right?
Yeah, wide to wide. Yeah.
Yeah, wide to wide. And then he says his thing. What happens after that?
That is the point where, because it's a wide shot, what we could do is we could actually do like a push in as he's talking. So like
okay. And then, okay, so we're coming in. And then we're going forward, like we're panning in.
It'd be so let's say I want to say dolly forward, but I don't think that's right.
But how far in do we go?
Yeah, dolly forward.
Go back to him being like sad that she said it smells, right?
Say that again.
So it opens up. She walks in. It goes to a medium shot. She smells, and then it goes to an extreme close-up, and then it goes back to medium. He's like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "It just smells so girly in here." And then it's a wide shot again, and then it pans over, and then we narrow in on the narrator. How far in do we go?
Well, did you want the people in the background of the narrator?
They don't have to be.
Because if he's sitting on the couch, then we can't do that. But we can have him being disappointed or sad or whatever with the narrator in the foreground if you wanted to do that.
That'd be cool.
And then, I don't know, you let me know, Mike. So we pan over and then we kind of go in a little bit as he says whatever he's going to say, and then we do another extreme close-up of the guy, like a little bit sad, like tired of smelling like a girl, and he's like, yeah, and then it cuts to the next scene.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want that, but I'm just saying we're still stuck at like the panning in, and then after that, what happens?
That would simplify the shots.
It would.
Back into an extreme close-up of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than having good framing and deep focus for this.
Yeah.
Is that for a reaction shot? Now you see him on the couch, right? Or did you still have? I don't know if I thought you had him like at a table or something,
he could. I don't know, like a dinner table or anything like that. If there's a coffee.
Either way works for me because I like the idea.
A guy that's like chilling.
I like the idea of having them in the background. Would be cool. But that kind of, oh no.
Well, how do we do that though if they're going to be by the door?
they could walk in. We could follow them and then
So
pull
we wouldn't
out.
do the pan. We would just do a cut, and it'd be a cut to extreme wide where he's there in the couch.
Unless maybe they walk in, they sit down at the couch, and then that pan is from one side of the couch to the other side of the couch. Watch, I'm gonna start this over. Let's see.
We could have a moving shot where they walk into the apartment and it follows them, and then it comes out when they sit down on the couch, and then the narrator walks in from somewhere that was already inside the apartment, like not from the side where the door is,
Mm-hmm.
and then just have them kind of in focus so you can kind of see based on body language what's going on, but the focus is still on the narrator.
So when they walk in, is he already in like the shot? Or they walk in and then it's another take, and then it goes to another shot of them like sitting down, right? There's
One shot. I'm thinking one shot. We don't have to do it that way, but I'm thinking it's one shot where they walk in and the camera's moving backwards with them in frame, and then it pans as they sit down on the couch. So then it's like a wide shot of them on the couch, and then the narrator comes in. The same shot.
So does he just walk on?
Yeah. Like after they sit down, he walks in, and then they could look at him like, "What? How are you here?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I don't think they know he's there. Right. He's like
No, he's just kind of. That's not. Yeah, I think it gives it more of that comedic, like when they like surprise. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about both ideas last time, and I think we talked more about having them notice that he's there and like be confused about it.
Okay. All right, so let's do that. So, all right, so let me try to do this. So, this is one couch, and then like here's another, right? So let's say they walk in, right? So they're sitting at the couch, and then the narrator, he comes in from like this side, and then he takes a seat or something like that, or?
If the door is to the right of the frame, then he should come in from the left side of the frame, like he was already in the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the man and guy are here, and then he might walk in from this side.
And would you want him to sit on the couch or just stand in front of the frame?
It would be funny if he was just like obnoxiously like really in front of the frame, right?
That's what I was thinking.
That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then like this would be the wide shot, right? So they walk in from this side, right? And we're much closer when they start, but as they're gonna go farther away, and we're gonna pan with them, and then and then he comes up in the foreground.
Exactly.
Almost in like the same blocking as when we started with them. But maybe this is even more like a.
Hey, you think the pan with them would be better compared to maybe just having them walking off and then cut to just a wide shot of them walking into frame?
It would be easier, but it would be way more cinematic if we like caught them as they walk in, and then we watch them sit down, and then the other guy comes in, and we kind of zero in on him.
It would be more cinematic,
and commercial would be shot, but it'll look like a fucking movie.
If it would be more cinematic, and that would, I think, make it more funny when the narrator comes in, because you're not expecting it in a cinematic setting.
Yeah, it'll look like a short movie, but it'll be a 1 minute.
Not for the narrator. I meant for the couple when the couple turn to go to the couch.
I think we could do it in one shot if we do it like this.
Because I'm thinking of I like the turn with them, but more just to have them just from a wide shot just cut in. Is that what you're thinking, or having the turn with them going into the couch? That's what I'm wondering.
I think
is the turn the transition or no?
If it's not going to be too difficult, I'm thinking just the turn, the pan with them while they're walking, and then set up the framing where the narrator comes in, because that's unexpected if you do the pan. Because commercials, it's just hard cuts all the time.
You can play with probably that slider, you know, and that's all we would really need, right? And then we would just play with the focus depending on where they are. So we have the slider maybe at an angle. So the slider we're kind of doing this, you know. So
we're sliding with it.
So we're sliding, but we're moving forward. So we have the slider like at an angle. You know, that makes sense.
My thing is, okay, so from when they enter and they go to the couch now, are we sliding to show them like if like when they're in the same room and they walk to the couch, or are we panning and showing, and then the next shot would be them already like coming into the couch, like walking to the couch?
I think we could do it in one shot. I think that would be cooler. But I mean, do you want to do like some transitions?
How far is the couch from the door? Would it be really difficult to do that in one shot?
I mean, you saw Mike. We would probably use. It's almost exactly how like Josh's house is. It was what, about 10 feet from the door? No, maybe like 15.
We could set it up.
Almost do where the slider was, but farther back, more towards the door. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if there'd be enough room right there for that to do that. I mean, we would just have to get a small part of it, because really, you could go from more of that medium close. We don't even show the couch, right? And then you're going to like an extreme close up where they're actually walking to the couch and like they're moving to the side. Is that what you plan on showing?
The shot that we're thinking of goes from the medium close up and then goes out to a wide in the same shot.
Yeah. That's exactly what. Yeah. So with the cut of that, we can show the transition of them already of them right on the action of moving to the slide, and we could do that, and that could give us a little more playroom to be able to as far as where the couch is settled, position.
Okay.
So how many, walk me through that again, Mike. Are you saying you want to do like a transition or not? It's a shot you think it'll be.
I'm just trying to think about the layout and just how it's going to plan out and how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And no, I think we should have enough room if you want to do the slide shot where it shows that they're in the same room. If not, we could always do the pan. It just, you're right. I don't know about room. I don't know how we can do with spacing. That's an issue.
I feel like it might have to come out a little bit, the camera, and then when it turns with them, and then it kind of goes forward again. Just thinking of like the room, like as the door opens and they come in. I guess we're kind of zeroing in on them, right? We're getting closer and closer, and then we need to somehow get them from the door to the couch and kind of follow them with the camera. So what if we had it on a slider and a dolly? So that way we can come back and then forward while sliding.
We could have where the moment they go to the action to leave from the front door, it pans with them, and then it cuts to where you don't really see the couch, but they're walking. They're like it's right on that shot where it starts to slide. You start to see part of the couch, and they're walking along to sit down, and it stops on them sitting down. That could be the other shot. So we're mixing the two, if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean we could do it.
Yeah.
Are you saying we split it up into two shots?
It would be more or less. It'd more or less transition. It'd just be the transition to the turn on action from them moving, and then the shot of the pretty much to an establishing shot of them sitting on the couch.
That could work. That would be easier.
The narrator isn't revealed yet. Then he walks on, right?
It'd be funny with the narrator because they're sitting in the couch. It'd be funny if the narrator just pops up from the middle, from behind them.
Stands over him.
Yeah. He's behind the couch.
Fixes his seat.
Wearing a 3-piece suit, he climbs over him from behind the couch. He's got a pocket square and everything.
That'd be funny. Sits right in between them.
Puts his arms around him.
But as far as narratively, though, we're talking about a wide shot of them coming in, and then we're gonna do some medium shots of both of them together, and then an extreme close-up of the female, and then back to a wide shot where we're have them at the couch, right? And then we introduce the narrator, and then back to an extreme close-up of the guy, sad, and then that's it for the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That sounds good.
So let me just break this down so we can see it. So we start with a wide shot, then it's a medium shot, right? The 2 shot.
Did you still want to start off with like some shots of the apartment in the middle, like just to show, just to kind of, I mean, if you want to go the cinematic route, I just kind of show the cleanliness and like the organization and that right before they open up and enter.
No, but even that, because the point is, like, the guy's not that clean. He's just a guy that doesn't fucking smell bad. He's just a guy, you know?
Okay.
It's just
okay. You said immaculate, so I just imagine like I almost imagine like this kind of like clean, like whitish room, like, or not, I wouldn't say whitish room, but like very just like organized, very clean, like something a little more than the normal dude.
Yeah, something so that when she enters and she reacts poorly, you're surprised. Because like normally that kind of thing would make somebody happy. It would be a good surprise, not bad. So
yeah,
you could exaggerate the cleanliness of it.
So wide shot, walking in, medium shot, 2 shot, close up, the smelly, medium shot, what's wrong, and then I guess it's the same shot, just moving girly. Oh no, hold on. So this is the wide shot. This is the wide shot in the same one. Now we still, same wide shot. We got the narrator. And then we have a close-up again of the sad guy. And then, so with the clean apartment, how do we, that's like B-roll, right? I gotta fucking, is this backwards to you guys? Does this look like goddamn?
No, you're
yeah,
good.
you're good.
I mean, I'm looking at the camera screen now, or like what I wrote. Is that backwards to you?
Nope.
Oh, it looks normal? On my fucking thing, it's mirrored.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, man. Okay, so you see what I see.
Yeah.
So that looks like a CU?
Yep.
Okay, fuck. All right. All right, so wide shot of them walking in, medium shot, the 2 shot of them, a close-up of her smelling the apartment, wide shot. What's wrong? I guess so in between the smelly, they move to the couch. So there's a transition here, right? Between, she smells the thing, they sit down, he's like, what's wrong? And then he's like, it just smells so girly in here. And then it goes pans to the narrator, or the narrator pops up, and he's like, tired of smelling like a girl? The close-up is the sad guy, because he smells like a girl. So it's really 2 shots then, right? And then,
the wide shot, the medium shot, the close up.
okay. So it's 5 shots.
5.
1 shot, medium shot.
Just 3 shots.
Well,
oh,
2
4
separate
shots.
close-ups.
4 shots. Sorry. Yeah, the sad guy at the close up.
So wide shot, medium shot, close up, wide shot, close up.
No. Wide shot, medium shot, close up, close up. Those wide shots are the same.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool beans. All right, so that's C1. Fucking did it. All right, so you guys, you wrote that down, Mike?
I'm putting it into the Manscent thing. I'm typing it up in here.
Okay. Can I erase it?
Go ahead.
All right, sure.
You recorded it. You're good.
Oh yeah.
And sorry, I actually have to get going now.
Okay, man. Hey, well, thanks for popping in, Jake.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Where the hell is that? Cabin.
Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Okay. All right, so scene 2.
Hold on. Wait, so let me get this.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just typing some stuff up on. I'm typing the part with the track. Hold on. What the fuck they call that?
What are you thinking of?
I'm just editing the part where the camera slides. I need to add that real quick.
All right, let me know when you're ready. I'll pause the recording, okay? Yeah, okay, so now it's the laboratory, right? So you have the lab rats are mixing chemicals and vials, going over the whiteboard with the sweat molecule. They're wringing out a gin sock into a cologne bottle, and they're nodding and taking notes. So basically, it's just science at work. So we were just gonna use a garage, right? Which I thought would be silly too. So now you do it. So you have a garage basically, right? And then you have like the sliding door open, and then in there you see like maybe a little table set up, right?
Okay.
Where they have like lab equipment with beakers and maybe a Bunsen burner, right? Over here maybe you have like a like them doing what do you call that? Like a presentation on on a board or like a paper thing. And then you have like the 2 lab techs, right?
Yeah.
And they're comparing notes, right? So we have a scene here where they're like, oh, they're looking in front of the thing and they're kind of studying it. And then over here, maybe you have a scene of them like, it would be cool. Maybe you have somebody like mixing stuff.
So you want a montage?
Not necessarily, because the whole thing is going to be, you're going to have the narrator, right? So maybe you have one over here, just one lab tech kind of.
Oh, I see. He's in the back. Or they're all in the background, and he kind of walks into frame.
Oh, Kevin is hopping in there.
Is that what happens? So he walks into frame?
Yeah. So he's kind of narrating the scene, right? So he's like, our lab rats are hard at work, fucking doing whatever they're doing. So you have the narrator here, he's doing his thing.
What's up, Kev?
So Ken,
What up?
where you at in your garage?
Yeah, this is my office.
Hey, me too.
How you been, bud?
Gotta make it work.
You just missed Jake. Who the hell was here? Jacob?
Jake.
Stark Raving Productions.
Oh, cool. Am I late? Was I too late or?
No, you're on time.
You're good.
We just started early. So we're breaking down the scenes. So we did like the writer's room last week, but now we're kind of talking about like the breakdown of how we're gonna basically film each scene that we do. So the first one we did, like they're in an apartment, it was like the intro. But now we moved on to scene 2, where we have like a garage sort of set up like a laboratory. I'll run you through the bit real quick. So it's a commercial about cologne. It's a cologne commercial, but it's cologne made out of sweat, like human man sweat, right? It's called Manscent. So it opens up this couple walking to like this guy's immaculate apartment, right? She's never been there before. And she kind of smells the air. She's like a little grossed out. So the audience like might assume like, oh, it smells bad in here. And he's like, the guy's like, what's wrong? She goes, it just smells so girly in here, you know? So he kind of feels bad. Then this narrator looks like Don Draper walks out. And he goes, you tired of smelling like a girl, you know? And the guy's like, oh. And then it goes, now we're in this scene, which is like the laboratory, which is our buddy's garage, right? So we have maybe some beakers and Bunsen burners set up. We have like a whiteboard where they're like studying a sweat molecule. And you have these two like lab technicians who are going to be kind of like a running gag through the rest of the commercial. And the narrator's just kind of narrating like, you know, our lab, our top smart people are hard at work discovering the secrets to what women want, right? So he's telling that story now inside of the garage before we start cutting to like the montage of the lab technicians collecting sweat off of our smelly guys, which is a mechanic, a cook, and an athlete, right? So scene 2, we're in the lab, Mike. So how do you envision that?
I don't know, I kind of think of it kind of cool if it opens up more with maybe like the beaker and things being kind of swished in it, and it's like the one of the lab scientists, and then because he's saying science has finally unlocked the age-old secret, so it'd be kind of cool to show them kind of doing science stuff, like, you know, maybe make some shit kind of some foam coming out of some stuff.
Some
Or
dry
some, you know,
food coloring.
yeah.
What would you say the opening shot is that? So the narrator's like just continuing talking, right? So do we open with the narrator?
Well, he's talking. I think we should open. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to open up on some of the mixing or some of the like the science stuff, and then we cut to the wide shot of him, or like the kind of like in shot. Maybe he's there, like watching them, and then when it cuts to the wide shot of him, he's turning around to the camera to finish talking. So he's breaking like that fourth wall, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, that's just an idea.
What about this? What if it opens, you know, with the lab equipment, right? Things are happening, and then you have the lab tech, you know, like mixing shit up, right? I don't know if you see him. So this is the guy, right? He's doing mixing chemicals, and he's in the foreground, and then maybe it kind of, I don't know, it like moves over to now you have the narrator, and he's like walking through the lab or something like that.
He could come from the side, like walking through the lab, and then he ends up walking, like turning and walking towards the camera while he's finishing up his narration. While he's doing his narration.
Okay, let's just let's kind of break down the set, right?
I almost imagine like let's see. You know what? No, go ahead. I'll explain in a minute.
Let's say, okay, so this is our garage, right? So let's say this is the front of the garage that opens up to the thing, right? We're looking from the top, just for the sake of planning this out, right?
Yeah.
So maybe right here you have like the lab, right? The table where they're doing the science. Right here maybe you have like the whiteboard, right? Where they're showing it off. It would be funny to actually just have a car in here. I don't know. So where are the lab techs? So you got one over here, right?
Yeah.
What side? Inside.
I mean, this is for what this is for the wide shot of them.
No, this is just from the top. So I want to kind of do blocking or like where everyone's gonna be, and then we can have an idea of like how we would shoot it, right? So is the narrator coming from this end to that end? Is he walking?
Where are we filming this scene at? Do you know?
Just the garage. So either my garage or Josh's, but it's a garage. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, you can just have it set up to do like kind of like you want to do a top shot, like a bird eye shot. Is that what you're
imagining? I'm just trying to like kind of place.
Okay, no. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the layout either like that. You can have them in a triangle. You can have them like a U shape. You can have them in, like a 3-point position. So,
okay, what about this? What if we have the two lab techs here, right?
Yeah.
They're going over the board. And I want a close-up shot of like lab equipment. So I don't know. When we get the narrator, what is the dialogue there?
Well, I mean, if you open up on the close up, well, you know what? You could have, because you need to have room for the narrator to be able to walk in and turn towards the camera. Where are you going to put the camera at?
I don't know.
You should put it down here at the bottom.
Facing out?
Yeah. Or no, that's the door, right? So from the
Yeah.
door facing in. Sorry.
All right, so let's say this is the camera.
And you're going to do a wide shot.
Huh?
Yeah. So we're going to need to move these, those two, the whiteboard and everything, move it down more. So the whiteboard's facing the camera. And so the back of the people are facing like the, or like the back or side profile of the people are facing the camera. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we're catching the lab. Okay, I think I remember. All right, so this is the whiteboard.
Yeah, pretty much.
The lab text right here.
That'll work. Maybe have the table a little more out. That's we got to make room for him, because if it's facing that way.
What about the table like this? So you have everything. So in the background you have the lab text, and then you have the narrator up here, maybe. And you can literally
but
do
the
like a panning shot.
But it'd be cool if the narrator, see it down like on where the table on the other, like.
Say that again?
Where the table's at, if the narrator comes out from behind like the whiteboard or from behind the table while he's narrating, turns and then walks towards the camera.
Okay, so he's behind the table.
He comes from behind it, or he comes from
So
behind.
he's over here, and then maybe he walks over here. And
Maybe
then
he's got
like, look at our science, and it's like bullshit science on the whiteboard.
Well, we want him. I think because he's narrating, you want him to break the fourth wall. He's inside there, so I think it'd be cool because it's a comedy. I think it'd be great to break. So instead of walking off to the side, him walking directly to the camera would be a little more.
Oh, right in front of it.
Yeah.
Or just walking into frame, right?
Or into frame. Yeah. Well, into frame. Yeah.
Is he out of frame? Is he off screen at that point?
He's in
the scene somewhere, but okay.
Yeah, I guess he would have to walk onto the scene.
That's what I would suggest, just to chime in, just block it real quick. Where's all the movement going? Then you can kind of see where your camera positions will be. It's that same mantra, man, block, light, rehearse, shoot, because otherwise you won't really know where your vantage points will be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Matt? Please join in. Okay. All right. So let's do this. So this is the table. Let's put these rules.
I thought you had workers at the table, workers at the whiteboard.
Well, we only got two left, but no, check it out. This is cool. Like if the narrator walks on set, so he walks onto the frame, and then we start following him. Then he can move from, let's say if he's back here, just an example. So the camera's here, the narrator walks in from here, he walks behind it. Now that he's in front of the camera, now the camera's just gonna start tracking him, and he walks. Oh, I did that shitty.
I have a small idea, Matt, and I don't know if you want to go with it. So the last shot we had was him on the couch, and the camera is kind of, I had an idea of pushing the camera in, right? Okay. Well, we could push into like a close-up and then match cut to the same shot where he's at the desk, and it pulls out as he's talking, and it goes to the wide shot as he gets up, and you see all the stuff. You can do that too. That's another.
So so at the last scene, because the last scene is a close-up of the guy being sad before it transitions to this scene. So I don't know if it'll match cut.
I thought the last scene was them. He was sad, but it was still them on the couch, like a wide shot. It was kind of just pushing in on them.
So how do we match cut a wide shot though?
No, it would push into the narrator as he's talking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the line is really short, dude. The line is like tartar smelling like a girl, and then it goes to the next scene.
Well, you don't have to do a full like push. You just start a push and then you do a jump cut to his close up.
Okay. You
So
know,
it
next
kind
scene,
of,
I'm seeing it. Okay. And then it goes
Yes.
back. So.
and then from there, that'll be
Let's
the
say
close.
this
You
is
know,
the table then. Is he in front of the table or behind it? We should put him in front of it.
he could be in front of it, kind of like leaning against it.
And then boom, we match cut here. And then all we have to do is kind of walk with him and the
That'd be cool.
camera tracks. And then it introduces, so it starts off where we see mostly the table and him. And by the end of the shot, now we're seeing the whiteboard, the lab technicians, and then the narrator from here to here. So he takes 4 or 5 steps this way, and we get a whole new
Yep.
thing. There you go. So in that sense, so the camera's literally just moving from here to here, right?
It'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool if somebody turns around, one of the lab techs turns around and hands him the beaker, and he like smells it or something.
Yeah, he's like gross out. I like that though. So right in front of the garage then, right in front of the garage door, we're just moving from A to B, and that's the scene.
Yep.
Right? And what does he say? He goes, science has finally unlocked the age-old secret. What do women really want? But we decided to ignore the data because science is for nerds, and nerds don't get chicks, man.
Is Matt in here? What's up, Matt? I think Matt Braxton is here.
So Braxton.
Hey, what's up? Sorry for coming late.
Oh no, we're
Good, man.
So okay, so we got a scene. They're going over the whiteboard for sweat molecule. That covers that. So maybe we do come up with some more lab techs. We just get some extras in there. People mixing vials in a lab coat, and they're doing that at the table. Another guy's bringing out a gym stock, and then we pan over to the science center. So maybe we need like 4 lab techs at least, or maybe at least 3. Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe one's doing one thing at the table. So we have one lab tech here, and then we have the other lab tech here, and this one's doing experiments with like socks and stupid shit, and then this one's looking at the sweat molecule. So we see this guy in the first shot, at the beginning of the take. We follow the narrator, and then we see this guy later. And then this guy's wringing out a sock, he's doing science. And then this guy's doing science at the whiteboard. What do you think?
Yes. Well, I'm typing it up in the thing.
So I'm gonna just redraw it. So this is all one shot. So this is all just one wide shot. All right.
Yeah.
How close do you want to get into this? Okay, so I'm never gonna draw it. So this is the table.
Yeah. Do you want him
what do you
when he
guys-
walks? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you guys go for it. I'll just ask after.
When the narrator, when it goes to the wide shot of the narrator at the desk, did you want to do a pan or did you want to do a slide to him going to the where it shows him transitioning?
Say that again.
Did you want to use a pan or like a slide when we show him transitioning from walking? I think a slide would be better.
Yeah, slide. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. This is why you're the cinematographer. So the narrator, maybe he's here, right? So we see him mostly. I don't know how close you want to do this. But then you just track this guy, right? From here to here. And by the end of it, he's here. But it's all in one shot, right? So I mean, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So maybe closer to that. And then, do we see his feet?
Hold on. Okay, cool. Do we see what? I'm sorry.
We see his feet, so we see all of him, right? His whole body.
Yeah.
He walks from here to here, 1 to 2, and that's the whole scene. And then back here, this guys are doing lab stuff, and then over here, this guy's got the clipboard and he's looking at the board.
I think when over here, they like I said, they should turn around and give him something. Kind of it interacts with it, so the narrator's interacting with the scene.
Okay.
Maybe they hand him like a, I don't know, like I said, a beaker or something. That'd be kind of cool.
All right, then it might make sense. Maybe it starts off here. So it starts off here, and then we end up
Maybe he
here.
goes that way.
And maybe we see him as, you know, the guy, he smells the test tube, and he's like, you know. Maybe we can even switch this. So the whiteboard's on this side, and then the whatever. If we want to go from left to right, that's probably better. What do you think?
I think we have a decent layout, so we know how it's going to play out. So once we get there in the garage, once we see how much room we have to the left and right, we'll know where we can set up. We'll be like, okay, let's go there, let's go there.
As far as scene 2, I mean, that's a pretty good breakdown. What do you think? Did you finish it?
I think so.
Okay, so that's scene 2.
So now the garage.
All right, now let's scene 3.
And one of the things you should think about, Mike, too, I'm sure you already are, is just what focal length you're going to be at. Because, like, you know, obviously you're not going to throw down a 24 mil on that. You'll blow the whole scene. So, but like, be fun with, you know, be conscious of it. Because obviously you don't want too tight. But I don't know if you're looking for deep focus or you want it to be blown out, you know, very cinematic. I don't know what you guys are, if this is like just a sketch, one sketch of many, or what you're actually putting together.
I know Matt wanted to go more cinematic with it. I mean, it is a comical sketch, but he wanted to go more cinematic with it.
I think we want to just see what we can do. You know what I mean?
Test
ride the momentum of 48, make this sketch, and then see what we can make after that. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna test that timetable. That's good though. You're shooting it this weekend.
The second week of December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So you got plenty of time. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we want to have the final cut by the 15th of December.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because the whole bit is only like a minute long, and I gave 3 days to like edit and do post.
Are you guys doing anything with it, or what's the plan?
I don't know. Make it and then see what we can do with it. You know.
I think really just get us together and kind of harness our skills, our craft together. We've only worked on the 48-hour recently together, so.
Yeah, and it went well. And you know, talking about, I don't know, we're gonna sit down and see what I know. Maybe we can make some money out of this, whatever we want to do. But for now, get everybody interested, make something, and then play it cool. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, that's good.
All right, what's scene 3, Mike? What are we doing? Where are we at?
Scene 3. So this is the garage, correct?
Okay. Oh, literally the same location, bro. It's just now it's like a mechanics in the garage, right? So this one, I imagine we have to do a little bit tighter, so it doesn't almost look like the same fucking place. You know what I mean? I mean, a garage looks like a garage.
I can ask around. I might be able to. I don't hold me to this, but I'm gonna ask around. I might be able to see if I can get us like a mechanic shop to work at.
The only reason I said it's another garage, it's the same garage, is for just timing of the production. We can film both of those scenes in the same day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just to get it
I'm
done.
just saying I might be able to get a mechanic shop where we could probably film out for like an hour. So just you know, if you want to try that, then I can ask around.
Okay. Well, really, dude, this scene is it's basically like B-roll, because this is part of the montage, right? Now we're collecting sweat. So this is like the field research, right? So in this scene, and really we can almost do it in any order we want. If we didn't want to do like the mechanic scene right after that, because it's just bullshit. It's interior garage, filthy mechanic slides out from under car. He wipes his face and blows his nose, throws the paper in a can. The female lab technician collects the tissue and smells it. She loves it. The male lab tech is a little grossed out. All right. The narration: our top smart people are hard at work, developing new ways to capture the essence of what it means to be a man. So This is how I envisioned it. So maybe this is a car, right? These are the headlights. A mechanic slides out from underneath. He's all dirty, right? We get probably something like this or even closer, right? Where we see his face, he comes out and slides up. Maybe he wipes his head and he's like, "Bruh." And then we cut to another scene of him, I don't know, somehow wiping his face. Maybe he wipes his nuts, I don't know. He throws the thing into the trash can. We see the paper go into the trash can. And then in that same scene, we see a hand reach in there with tongs, pulls out the thing, pulls out the rag or whatever. And then we have the lab tech with the tongs and the thing, kind of giving it a whiff. She loves the smell of it. That's like the whole thing. And then it goes to the other lab tech. He's holding like a clipboard. And he's a little disgusted, but he's shaking his head, you know. And then as the montage goes on, and then as the scenes get a little bit grosser and grosser, he's more and more disgusted with the female lab technician, right? Because guys hate this fucking smell, but all the girls seem to love it. You know what I mean? But in this bit, or this little scene, we have a mechanic slide out from under a car, wipe his face, just so he's obviously a mechanic, right? Maybe we put him in like the overalls, get him dirty, comes out from under the car, he wipes his face, throws it in the trash can, she pulls the tongs out of the trash can, smells it, he's grossed out, and then we're on to scene 4. But how do you envision that?
I mean, it seems like you kind of already had a vision for it. I kind of like where you're going with that.
I just don't know how to shoot it.
I mean, like I said, you want to do it more cinematic. I really think you need to. I like opening
I'm
up.
not tied to that idea either.
No, I know, but I mean, when Matt, the other Matt was here, or not Matt, what's his name? Yeah, I know you guys are talking about trying to have a cinematic feel. And so that's with that said, I'm trying to go with that route. So if you're not trying to go that route, I mean, then I have a little more option.
I don't know, dude.
But I mean, I just think, like I said, I think you need to establish, because you're switching so much in different areas. It'd be cool to establish different things within that area. I like I like the idea of
look at this. That second scene with him with Wes going tracking the narrator. That's not very cinematic. Maybe I don't think we should do cinematic.
Okay. No, that's fine, dude. As long as we're on agreement with that. So I think it'd be cool. I mean, with opening up on this, it'd be kind of cool to open up on like a shot where you kind of have the framing of underneath the car. Maybe the guy's underneath, he's kind of working on it, and then it cuts, and so like I imagine the floor and like the under car, and you can kind of see the car's jacked up. He's under it, and then maybe it cuts to his hands are like under working on it. You can see him looking at it, and then the action of him like ready to push out will cut to that top shot of where he's actually pushing out, like you said. And then he wipes his face. Maybe he stands up, wipes his face, blows his nose. We can get, I'm thinking medium close-up shots with this as he stands up. Show a close-up of him, blowing his nose and or wiping his face, not blowing his nose, but wiping his face and throwing the paper, getting ready to throw the paper towel. There's a lot of action, so like him stepping out, him actually wiping, him throwing. So if we kind of just cut on the actions, and then up to the point where she picks it out, I think we can work well. Some medium shots and see.
All right, so let's do this again. So this is the garage. This is the car. This will be the trash can where he throws the stuff.
Yeah, so we don't have to show all that like in space. Like I said, I think
Yeah.
stick up to that close up of him actually working on the car. That'd be one. Number two would be him pulling out to wipe off all the sweat that he has. Number three would be him throwing it away.
So I think that the hardest thing so I can see him underneath the car, and we're seeing that. That's easy. The thing now, I'm wondering, what does it look like when he's wiping his sweat? Like, how do we get from him underneath the car to him, I guess, standing up and cleaning himself? And then we can just like have the napkin go into the bin. So how do we get from him underneath the car to him cleaning himself up? And
I mean, we could do it on the action of him. He's under the car, and then he goes to slide out, and on the slide, you hear the movement of the slider or whatever, and then it could cut to like a shot from, maybe from the right here on the right side of the car, where the car, like in between the car and the trash can would be, kind of out as he's standing up. Maybe he kind of stands up emerges from
over here somewhere.
So he comes into the camera shot from underneath, like he's popping up, and then
okay. And then in that shot, he wipes himself off. Maybe, I don't know, do we see the trash can in that scene?
we can get when he stands up. No, I don't think so. I mean, we could show the trash can. We could show the trash can, maybe like a part of it in the back. Yeah, we don't have to. But I think a close up of him wiping his, like, as he goes to wipe, and then like a close up of him actually wiping, like the sweat would be.
And then you can see the grease, like, so he looks like a fucking Simba looking thing on his forehead, just to get it a really dirty napkin.
Oh man, yeah, we can do that. And then he throws it away, and then from there, he has it. We can cut to the medium shot of him throwing it in, like, off screen, and then the trash of it landing in the trash can, and then from there, while it's in the trash can, the same shot, the tongs come in, and it's getting picked up.
Okay. So medium shot underneath the car, right?
Yeah.
On that same shot, he starts sliding out, and then on the action, is it another medium shot of him standing up, or is it a close up of him when he stands up?
It'd be more of a medium. Your thing went out of focus. Your camera's out of focus.
Another medium shot
There it goes.
of him basically coming into frame, right?
Yeah. That under the car it could be a close up, medium close up. It's debatable.
Okay. All right, so maybe medium.
Close up. It's however it's gonna look good when we get that framing under the car.
Yeah, we can do both and then see what works. It's literally just coming in closer.
Yeah.
And medium shot, he comes into frame, and then can we do an extreme close up of him wiping the sweat?
Yeah. So we would cut on the action of him after he comes up, of him going, like, grabbing a napkin, or grabbing, going to wipe his face.
All right. So the medium shot or medium close up under the car, transition to action, medium shot coming into frame, transition to action, extreme close up, wiping the sweat, and then is it another straight close up of the napkin going into the bin?
You know what? We can do a wider shot to establish his relation to the trash can as he throws it in there. We could do that. Cut from the extreme close up. It cuts to him finishing and going to throw it. And that's not a full wide shot, but just one to show the relation of him throwing it into the trash can.
So after the extreme close up, we go back into a wide shot. He throws it. He throws the thing, and then we go to a close up again.
Of inside the trash can.
Of the trash can.
Of the trash, yeah.
Okay.
And with that same close up, that's where the tongs come in.
Okay, Okay, so that's a transition between the throw, cut to the trash can on the close-up, and then on that same shot, the tongs come in. And then we have another transition to another close-up of the lab tech smelling the napkin to another transition. And then another medium shot of the grossed out lab tech.
You could go from the tongs as she's pulling the tongs back to like a medium, like a medium wide shot of the two, like a two shot of the two lab techs as she's pulling it back, you know, from the trash. Because you technically, if we set up the cameras right, we can block off the area where they would be standing, and then we show them as she pulls it out of the trash can, and then we can even do the final shot of the relationship of the guy standing there, the trash can, the car, and the lab techs. So like it shows that they're all in that same little area still.
Okay.
At the very end.
Okay, from the tongs to a medium shot of her smelling it. He's in the same shot, so it's like a two shot, right?
Yeah.
It's a two shot of them together. He's smelling it, and he's like, ugh. The same shot.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Kev? How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds good. I think,
Give me a quick second. Sorry.
I think I'm just kind of just listening, just letting you guys do your thing. I see where you're going with it. You're definitely running like a kind of almost like a writer's room, but visually. So, because you're kind of writing on the fly a little bit too, right? Is this like improv, some of these scenes? Or
yeah, I imagine a lot of the scenes are going to be improv. I mean, dude, we got Danae, Brianna, some other knucklehead. Basically, everybody we had from the last one in this one. So we already have a little bit of chemistry and shit, But now this is more fun. Yeah. And everyone's kind of funny, so hopefully it'll work out. But we have like a good skeleton.
I'm excited to see it, man. Honestly,
it should be fun.
That's why I'm glad you called me, because even if I'm just a fly on the wall or just keeping me in the mix as far as the process, I always like to see it. Eventually, I'll snag you guys all on something.
Sorry about that.
Because I'm working on some stuff, so we'll see.
Cool.
I'm throwing money at mine, like tens of thousands. Not
Sorry
a whole
about that,
lot. That's what I'm grinding on.
That'd be cool, man. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, but did you write all this shit down, Mike?
Yes. I was writing it down in the
1,
the
2,
docs.
3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Them underneath the car, the mechanic coming into frame, the mechanic wiping the sweat, the mechanic throwing it, the trash can with the tongs, and then them smelling, the one lab tech smelling it and the other lab tech getting grossed out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Medium shot, extreme close up, wide shot, close up, medium shot.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
What scene is this?
It's 3.
All right.
Coming into, is it?
Hey, real quick, where you guys? You said you were filming it in your garage. You said what was the date again? December.
I want to do filming from 12/6 to 12/12.
Oh, okay, so you're just gonna mix it up through that week.
Yeah, I want to try just do everybody can kind of just scheduling wise. I want to give a whole week just to kind of knock this out, and then from the 12th to the 15th, we spend it in post, and then in between all the time we do like rough edits. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, the word.
I have a production calendar. I don't know if I sent it to you, Kev.
No, it's fine. I just was seeing what, if I can come out or whatever, I'll try. It just depends.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That week and the following are not rough, but I just got your email good. It's just that's like that last week of school, so I'll be like, I'll be in it right now. But I'll try my best to just at least chime in or check in and see what you guys are doing, and then
Yeah, and everything's iterative too, bro.
yeah.
So I
No,
mean,
that's cool. I'm glad to see you guys doing it, man. That's the point. That's what's fun about the 48 and all the things that we're doing is just trying to get people pumped up. Be safe out there. But I know you guys are all smart, so just like stay creative because it's man. People are people are hurting for just things to do and creativity and I mean even the industry, man. I mean if you've looked at like some of their summer releases, I mean this is unprecedented, dude. Like I was just looking at it yesterday, some of the movies, because one of the movies I want to see is this movie called The Green Knight. I'm waiting for it, and they're just not releasing their movies, dude, and they're waiting to see if they can get to the next level. So it's crazy. So like that's why it's like good for you guys to do this and get started, because you can come in here, bud. If you get this team going and you really guys you start getting hungry, this is the time to make content, man. What you need, bud?
yeah, dude, totally. Oh, look at Ray's here.
Okay, I got all the notes, Dad. You can erase it then.
Okay, so that's scene 3. All right, so we're moving on to scene 4. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there it goes.
Hey, man, I'm gonna jump out. Unless you absolutely need me. It looks like you guys are totally on point. So
All right, man. Yeah, dude, I appreciate you coming in just to keep everybody in line.
yeah, no, I'm glad to see you guys doing your thing, man. Just keep me posted. Keep me in the loop, whatever way. So
All right, but
just
this is why I still got you here, Kev. This is Raymond. I don't know if you know him, but Ray's
Hey.
director. He directed the 48.
Oh, cool. Right
Hey,
on,
man.
Good job. Yeah,
Good to see you, sir.
yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, good to meet you. Yeah, you guys did great. I told Matt I was really excited. I told him I felt like your crew was one of the best crews that I've seen. I mean, as far as
thank you.
because I knew you guys too, I was excited to see what you do. So you guys did good. It was a good job, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
the
it.
48, just so you know, the 48 is just an interesting beast, man. I think the reason why Cuffed, won the day is just because it's simple. But that's not always what I like, It's just for whatever reason, there's always one team that just kind of hits it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Happens every single year.
I agree with the choice of the directors for their them winning. I think it was a great how they put the story together. Yeah, and you said it right. It's simple, but it really was effective on that last part. It really got me when the last switch.
Right. And that's the whole point. It's all about tempo and knowing kind of, how to tell a story. That's all it is. It's just how effective can your story be in 48 hours? And then some of us will go and do grand opuses and some will do like one location, one character. But it's just like in the moment, however people use the line and the character and all, it just all comes together. And that's why I think with Clay's, it like all came together. So but what I thought was great with you guys, you just had a great crew, man. You had a lot of labor, which is always a plus. Dude, I didn't have anybody. Like all my students were like, "Oh, we're against you, professor." I was like, "All right, fuck it." But I'm like sitting here holding the camera, dude. I'm dying. I'm getting too old for this shit. Dude, Mike, that area, dude. I'm telling you, man, it's like carrying around a freaking cinder block. Like I'm not kidding. Totally different. And it's not like I've never used cameras before, but we don't quite have it rigged out the way it needs to be yet. So it was a pain in the ass, but yeah, no, I think I'm really excited to see what you guys do. I think, Carlos's team was legit too. I mean, he was doing some stuff too. But I think Carlos ran into that classic, like he's just doing too much. You can't treat the 48 like a short film. It's weird. It's like you got to find that balance. That's why I thought you guys would shine, and you did, because comedians, man, you guys have that timing. You have, you know, well, I know Matt's a supreme organizer. You know, I don't know. He get him in front of the camera though, dude. Don't let this fool try not to get in camera because he's funny. Don't listen to him. But anyways, no, it's good, guys.
Thanks for coming in, Kevin. Appreciate it. Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
I want to work with you.
Yeah, anytime, man. Just keep me in the loop, like I said, and hopefully one of these days we'll get on a project.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Hey guys, I'll see you later.
Take care.
Happy Thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, so let's just jump in. All right, we're on scene 4 now, right? I think we kind of have.
Scene 4. Come on.
Okay, scene 4. Scene 4 is. Oops. Hold on.
So the narrator, when he says Manscent's the manliest scent made for the manliest man, is that a whole different scene?
Yeah. So now we're in at the dumpster.
Okay.
So again, I think the narrator. That's what we're saying. The narrator needs to like walk onto the scene to kind of express a story being told, right? So throughout the montage, she's just gonna keep kind of bopping in. So now a chef is taking out the trash. His armpits are sweating. He wipes his pits with a dirty rag before tossing it. The female lab rat collects the rag and smells it again. The male lab tech shakes his head and takes notes, right? And I was thinking it would be funny in that scene is basically as the cook or whatever throws whatever that smells into the trash can,
Yeah.
they come out of the trash can. The two lab techs, that's not fucking word.
Or like they open it up, like they open the thing up and they're there and they just take it from them, like the.
So I don't know if you saw it. You know, across the street from the orange space, there was that big trash dumpster thing.
Yeah.
Kind of fucking awesome, to be honest.
Lab.
It goes like this. So there's like an opening for like the dump truck, and then there's fucking like dumpsters all through here. It looks kind of like that.
Okay.
And then I think you have some back doors to some restaurants, whatever here, right? I don't know. This is basically what it looks like. I'm trying to imagine, maybe the cook or somebody has to come out of one of these doors. We make it look like that. He's got the bag of stuff. He's got the big yellow sweat pits. But I'm trying to figure out how we get the smell from him into the hands of the lab tech. Like, what does he wipe himself with?
Just a towel, just a towel that he has around his waist or something, like on his hip, or in his like shoulder, hanging on his shoulder. He pulls it off and
Mops up his face and then throws it in the thing.
throws it in the thing.
Okay, so obviously the camera's got to be facing out somewhere, and the narrator. What if
You could have it. You could have it. Oh.
And then, as we like follow the cook into the scene, we see the narrator is introduced into it, and he's like leaning on a dumpster or something. He's leaning next to the dumpster that they throw it in. The guy wipes his face, he throws that in there. He walks off. Right, the narrator's there, and then whoop, out from the lab tech comes the lab tech with like a banana peel, the other one with the tongs, and she smells it, and he's like, you know, and then that's the scene. So we can do the same thing like we did with scene 2, almost where it's one shot, and we just follow, we track the cook, and then once we land on the dumpster in action, then we just kind of stay on the narrator and the lab tech while the cook walks back off screen. The way he came in.
Okay.
I'm just saying as an example. So let's say the cook comes in from here, right? This is the cook.
Yeah.
He goes to this dumpster here, right? We have the lab techs in there. The narrator's already right there. The camera just tracks to this other scene, right?
Okay.
Just, I mean, we can nail it in one shot. But I mean, I don't know. How do you envision that?
I don't think it should be a one shot, but
No.
I think we should have a good long. We could have a good long shot, but I don't think the whole thing should be a one shot. I think we need to emphasize more on his smelliness, and so like
What if we get
yeah,
close-ups of his armpits? Really?
yeah, exactly. We should get close-ups of him like smelling himself, like And I think what if we had the narrator come in, like right after, like we just show like right after he tosses the trash away and like smells himself, and then he comes in and like starts talking, and then he just like tosses it away, and then the tosses whatever, like the rag or something away too after. So he tosses the trash. We see him smelling himself or his rag, and he like wipes himself. And during that shot, you see the narrator come in talking, and he also the cook throws that away into the trash, and then that's when you cut to him talking about the lab techs again, and you see them like come up from it. One has the rag, one has like the banana on it or something. Is that too much?
No, I like that because we can zero in on the smelly stuff.
That'd be
Here's
cool.
what I'm gonna pitch it. This is very gross. So he takes a trash can, right? He wipes his face with the rag on his shoulder. What if he looks around and then he kind of puts the towel in the back of his ass. So you see him digging around, a little bit. And then he's like, oh, and then he throws it. So he's like literally wiping the sweat off of his ass. He throws that in the dumpster.
I was thinking, what if we opened up on like it's like a foot shot? The trash is like a trash bag, and it's him like turning from like his feet turning from where the door would be at to towards the trash. You see him grab it with his hand. As he lifts up, it cuts to a medium tracking shot of him walking with the trash bag, and the tracking shot pulls back and turns with him. And as it turns, it kind of as his body goes goes with the turn, it blocks the narrator, and the narrator is kind of leaning against the dumpster that he's walking up to. Yeah, well, he has a trash bag, and at that point, you can see the towel on him already as he's been walking, and then once he kind of throws maybe he throws the trash away, grabs a towel, wipes his sweat, and then when he goes to throw the towel away, because he looks at it and he's like maybe smells it. And when he goes to throw it away, that's like, and a hand pops up from like around, the dumpster, and grabs it. This is kind of an idea of what I had.
It's very Tarantino of you.
So just, I don't know. If you want to do that.
Explain it to me again, dude.
So you start off on like a feet shot of the feet and the trash, and so the guy's like, if he's facing the door and he's turning. And he picks up the trash. So it's like kind of a close-up, picks up with a hand. And then from there, it cuts to like a medium shot of him already walking forward. And we're tracking with him. So we're moving back with him. And as he goes to the trash can, we turn, and that kind of reveals the narrator leaning against it, leaning against a dumpster as he walks over to the dumpster to open it up to throw the trash away.
All right, I'm trying to let me draw this out.
I mean, yeah.
So we see the guy's feet.
And the trash.
By his feet.
Yeah, his feet are, think of like, so it's going to be.
This is the shot.
Yeah. In the foreground, so in front of his feet, in the foreground would be the trash bag, which would be in focus. His feet would be like in more out of focus. You see him turning. His hand is in focus as it grabs the trash.
All right, so the trash is going to take up most of the fucking scene, right?
To the right. I think more like left, right frame. You give him some room to be able to. I don't know. Like I said,
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the trash bag, right? And here's the guy's feet. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then as this goes up, right? So he picks up the bag.
Yeah.
background, you reveal the dumpster, the guy's leaning against it.
No, he picks up and he moves. So the next shot would be of him actually walking to the dump. So like the camera's backing up as he's walking towards the camera, and then the camera turns with him as he turns to the dumpster. Now when he turns,
So you're saying when he picks it up and he starts walking, the camera follows him?
so it's no longer a close up of the feet. We're coming to a medium close up of like him with the towel on his shoulder or the towel around wherever, or we can see the towel. Maybe it'll go wider if the towel's on his waist or whatever.
So this is just one shot, and then
then we cut. Yeah, that's just to kind of open up on like it's trash. He just grabbed the trash. Maybe he doesn't have gloves on. It shows kind of goes with his dirty. He's just grabbing trash with his hand. A bag of trash with his hand. It's liquid on the trash bag. It's just gonna give more of the dirtiness, the smelliness, the raunchiness of the area.
dirty trash bag with like shit spilling out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be B-roll too, right?
No, yeah. I just said that's why I thought of opening it up to kind of give the transition from because the last shot was in the garage with the trash can, right? And so just I think if we're on a wide to just go back to a close up to kind of switch the two, I think it'd be kind of cool. But I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, that's just the idea.
Shot. I'm about it. Now, because now we're really, remember, the mechanic was the first of the montage, so it's not until this scene that the audience is gonna realize, oh, that we're in a montage, right? And then they're gonna start getting the bit, oh, they're just collecting smelly stuff. So this is the scene where we really gets to, now the audience knows what's going on. Now it's up to us on the next one to do the shocking one, right? Where we do the jock strap, where now it's like, oh, especially gross. And then we finish it up, right? So yeah, establishing shot, I think that's very important because now we're establishing we're in a montage, right? The same way the mechanic underneath the car is that establishing shot.
Yeah.
This establishing shot, okay. But we don't do any camera movement on this first shot, right?
No, it'd just be a stable shot.
Okay, cool. And so then we move on to the second one where now he's walking to the dumpster. Is he coming towards the camera on the side of it? Is he walking away from it?
I pictured he's walking towards the camera as the camera's walking back with him. So he's kind of tracking back.
Okay.
And then it's not that far he's walking. He's really walking and turning towards the dumpster.
Right. So this is his bags of trash. Are we from the waist up, or are we seeing is this a wide shot?
So if you want the towel on his waist, show the waist up. If you want the towel on his shoulder, you don't have to show as much as wide.
Yeah, let's do the shoulder.
Okay. We don't have to show as wide. And then what happens is eventually as we pan and he walks away, it's gonna be like a wide shot. It's gonna turn into a wide shot. Does that make sense?
Say that again.
So as we're tracking him, at one point he's gonna turn towards the dumpster. So he's gonna make like a left or a right go off, and the camera's gonna pan. It's not gonna push with him, it's just gonna pan with him. But as it's moving, that's where it's gonna reveal, because we're gonna kind of block the narrator. It's gonna reveal the narrator at the dumpster that he's walking to.
Okay. So this is the dumpster. So I imagine him walking kind of past us a little bit. And
yeah, but you don't
here to here, where he's throwing the stuff in the dumpster, and then maybe I don't know, where's the narrator?
No, the narrator would be where he's at, because we're gonna pan so that keep that there where you had it.
Okay.
So imagine the narrator there, and as we're panning, we don't see the narrator as we're panning until after, because they're gonna be like, he's gonna be blocking him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so he's actually gonna be a little bit closer.
He's gonna be blocking him during the pan. And the pan is going to be more of a wide shot of the dumpster with the narrator next to one side. And then that's when our trash guy can be, or the chef could be on the right side. And he's going to throw the trash away. Does that make sense?
Does it make more sense to have the narrator on this side?
That's cool. We could do that too. I was just putting him on that side for blocking reasons because we could have him where as during the actual pan itself.
Yeah. So.
Now, I mean, how do you feel with this, Ray? I mean, you're directing.
Yeah. So I think it's good. We don't necessarily actually have to even have the for like that whole one shot. We don't have to necessarily have him like there even just like walk to the trash can and then the next cut he just like kind of appears, or the next two cuts after he tosses the trash he'll just magically like appear there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's always there, and that'll reduce the amount of like how precise we have to be with the camera movements to block that person. And so it's like we see him going to the trash, he tosses it, he looks at the smell, or he tosses the trash, and then the narrator's there, like starting to talk or something, just like in the next shot. So I think we could do that. Yeah, that following shot, he tosses the trash away, and maybe like a profile shot of him tossing the trash away, and then the narrator being there or something like that on the other side of the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
What about this? Check this out. So he comes over here. He does we see the narrator, but immediately after that action, then it's a new medium shot of back. It's like now you're almost match cutting. So we see the narrator lean against the trash and throws it. As soon as after he's done throwing the trash, now this is the new shot. And the new shot.
It could be a
Hold on. The new shot after that is literally just what we just saw, and then we can go to the scene where they jump out of the thing. So the transition from the cook walking into the scene, throwing the trash. We already see the narrator sitting there. Didn't say anything yet, but as soon as the trash goes, boop, it cuts to a more medium shot of the narrator again, and then he can do his talk. Does that make sense?
So like you're thinking almost like just crops in, like a zoom in kind of from
it's a whole new shot. So as soon as we move to the scene where we see
the pan,
throw the stuff in the dumpster, boop, now we're at this scene, this medium shot, or not? I guess it'd be a wide shot. Yeah, this wide shot. And then
okay, so are we from the last shot? Were you imagining when he throws the trash away, when the cameras, when he throws the trash, is that a follow to a profile angle or follow to the behind? He's throwing it, his back is at the camera.
It would be a profile, I think.
Okay, yeah, it would have to be a profile.
Yeah.
For this one to look better.
45-degree angle on the dumpster, and then bam, we hit it on the 90-degree for the next scene. But I didn't think about when does he wipe himself?
See that if we did more of when it follows to a profile shot of him, or more follows to like a back shot, like so it follows him to the back and he tosses it and then goes to a profile shot. You see the narrator on the other side, and you'll see the chef starting to wipe, but we cut to a close up of, or like maybe I don't know if that'll work.
a quick second.
Yeah.
We see narrator. Okay, what about this? So we see him walk to the trash can. He throws it away. We see the narrator. Then it cuts to a close up of the cook wiping his sweat, right?
Yeah.
And then bear with me on this. We do another close up, maybe an extreme close up of wiping butt. And then we cut to a medium shot of that 90-degree angle of the narrator in front of the dumpster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And where else?
Okay, I'm back.
And all he
And we
says
could,
is Manscent, the manliest men. Oh wait, hold on. What the hell did he say? Manscent, the manliest smells made from the manliest men. So he does his talk right after he cleans his sweat. Yeah, does that fit your idea, Mike? Establishing shot, right, of the trash.
Yeah.
The wide shot of the cook walking over, taking out the trash. We see the narrator. We cut to a close-up of him taking the towel, wiping his sweat. Maybe he looks around. We do an extreme close-up of him digging in his ass. Back to the medium shot of the narrator by the dumpster. But how does the towel get into the dumpster?
I mean, if we just show a hand popping up, so it looks like it's coming from the dump. That's like, I don't know. We'd have to get the angle right.
well, I think it should just be, because it's like a comedy, it should be just like flat, like a flat, wide angle. Comedies are typically used with like 35s or bigger. So the flatter we can get that shot, so we can just do like a POV style shot of the cook to the trash can, and like a cut back and forth between that.
50 millimeter?
What?
50 millimeter?
No, not 50. 50 is not wide enough. It'd have to be 35 to like 24 type of wide. Like, you know, those comedies, they like, it's in your face, but you're like a little bit of distorted face, you know, bigger nose and all that stuff. It's gonna be like that. So, but that would be like, because if you use like tighter focal lengths, it makes them feel a little bit more. It's more for drama angles and being away from people, imagining like you're not a part of the scene. You're looking in on it. When you have something that's a wider angle, it makes you feel like you're more there. Like a super wide angle close up, it makes you feel like you're like basically scratching the person's ass, you know? So if we did that, but when for a couple of the shots, you know, it'll be, I imagine after he scratches his butt, you know, he takes the rag, and you'll see like kind of like this angle right here where you see me, but like it's like super wide or something like this, maybe even wider, and he comes like this and throws it, down, and then you'll see another wide angle of the trash can, just like with the line like flat like this, and then popping out and something, and then maybe another side angle, degrees of seeing the narrator again going, and then coming back to them or something, doing something funny. Does that make sense?
What if instead of the now, I like that idea, but what if when he throws the towel away, instead of the towel going to the trash can, it's the lab assistant's hand coming in to stop it and catch it. So they're not in the trash can, but they're stopping it from going to the trash. You know, and it's kind of like
the dumpster.
No, not out of the dumpster. It stops it from going into the dumpster.
Maybe. I think one person
I'm
should
just
in the dumpster.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think about. Do you have we have talent that are willing to go into a dumpster?
Yeah.
Okay. As long.
But we see is it something like this, Mike?
That or to the side, either from like the side or from the it catches the towel, and it pretty much like, what the fuck, like where'd that come from? Because we kind of set up where he's just kind of by himself almost, except for the narrator.
Yeah, I think it's.
I don't know. If we have someone who's willing to be in the actual dumpster, that's different. Let's put
I
it
would
on.
say this, man. If we're gonna do the hand jumping out, I don't think we should see the narrator. Well, no, we should.
No, the narrator. That's why I think it's important to show him in the narrator in the other scene, making sure that he breaks that fourth wall because he's a part of the scene, but he's not a part of the scene. So we don't have to have him interact with the chef or the guy at all. You know, he's just there.
Let's do this then. For that scene that you're talking about, let's do two. Let's do one. It's a close-up, right, of him catching the towel?
Yeah, it would be like the hand catching the towel as it's being after it's thrown.
And then we'll do another one of the wide shot with the cook and the narrator. He just throws the towel into the bin, and then they come up with the towel. So we'll do one close-up with the hand towel, and then one wide shot. And either way, the lab techs are going to come up with the towel.
Yeah, if they catch the towel, then I mean the next shot, if they're not in the dumpster and they catch a towel, the next shot would be the same wide shot, but instead of them being in the dumpster, it'd be the narrator, him, and then the assistant.
Yeah. So so the narrator's never in the dumpster. He's outside of the dumpster, and the lab techs. Trying to see how do we do this. How does he fucking? What is the shot where he throws the towel into the dumpster?
That's that shot that he was saying, that Ray was saying, the wide angle, the close up, the wide close up. That's where he pulls it off and he throws it towards the camera.
Yeah, it'd just be back and forth, from this to like that, whatever, just constantly like a 180.
Okay, so we're seeing his face, the cook. The cook is like this. He's got the towel over his shoulder. How does he get it into the dumpster?
He throws it.
Like
he throws it to the camera.
No, throws it towards.
Okay, so he's like this.
Yeah.
Towards the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as it gets thrown, it'll cut.
It'll cut.
To
Okay.
and just to.
What? He wipes his face. He wipes his ass, and then he does this.
Yeah, and so the camera.
It's almost the same shot where he's wiping the sweat, and then it cuts to him wiping his ass, but then it's the same shot of him where he was wiping his sweat, and now it's back at us.
Sure.
So it's him coming from wiping his ass up to throwing that's pretty much what it'd be. Unless you show him use the towel to wipe his ass, and then it's
if we want to leave this out, we can leave it out, right? But what I'm saying is these two are the same shots.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah,
they can be.
What would you call that shot? The one you're talking about, where you see like me, like this?
It's just a wide, medium close up, but with a wide angle.
Yeah. There you go.
Medium close up with a wide angle lens.
There you go. You ran all this shit down, Mike?
It's like 25 to 16 millimeter.
Okay. So then he throws the towel, and then we can do another close up of them catching the towel.
I think it'd be funnier if it landed in his face. I think it would be funnier if the towel smacked the guy in the face.
And she picks it off his face with the tongs.
Yeah, exactly. Like the other guy grabs it off the tongs.
So do we see it land on his face, or do they standing up and then it's already on his face?
I think it should hit it. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Because are we gonna make them pop out of the dumpster? That's very funny.
If they're in the dumpster, that's cool. And then they pop up.
And it's on his face.
Yeah.
Okay, so no hands.
So
again,
yeah, so
that's good.
So we're just at a wide shot again of the dumpster where we see the narrator and then the lab techs jump out.
So it'd be
towel on head.
it'd be like this, you know,
Yeah.
like he throws it, and the towel kind of just comes up, and then someone like grabs it, or you see like a cut angle.
Is
that
that
make
another
sense?
close-up or is that in the wide shot?
Oh, a what?
That scene you're talking about right now, that's part of the, is that going to be a wide shot?
Yeah, it'd be a wide, but it would be so it'd be the POV kind of the cook.
I see, okay.
So if it's so it's kind of like we're doing two POV shots, so they got to be wider because our eyes see super wide. But
Okay. All right, cool beans. All right, so I think we're good then. After that scene, so they come out of the dumpster. The narrator says, Manscent, the manliest smells from the manliest men. All right, and then there's a scene after that where is it the same wide shot where she takes the things off of the guy's head, off of the other lab tech's head, smells it, and then he's even more grossed out.
we could do a thing where it like, so you see it comes up, and then pans to a little bit wider, like so he's in the middle of the frame, and then as you see the tongs come in, the camera pans from the middle to where he's in the thirds. So it would be like from here. So if you watch me go like this, and then it pans over, but like you can see more. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you'll see both of them. The other tech has the banana on her head, and while she's like grabbing the thing, am I in the wrong spot? Am I thinking the wrong thing?
I don't know. Throws a towel. We're in a wide shot of the dumpster. We see the narrator. The lab techs come out. One of them has a towel on the face.
They're coming out of the dumpster, like completely?
I imagine that I imagine the towel goes in. You see the towel go into the dumpster, and then right after that, the two heads pop up of the lab assistants. Same shot.
Okay.
And that's how I imagined it. But.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay, yeah.
And then in that same shot, the same wide shot, or do we go to?
I think we should change shots. I think it'd be more effective if we just cut to like a wider angle of maybe seeing all of them at a like more profile or 45-degree angle, or we could even like have the chef like reacting like
You could have the more of a down angle with them with the throwing of the trash, and then when their heads pop up, you go to eye level with the actual lab assistants.
That's true. We could toss that in.
Do that as well.
For this one,
we're also going to be adding like when it comes down to shooting, most likely it'll be adding some extra stuff into it too. So
you said okay, hold on a second. All right, so we're still in here. This is what we're at. Throws the towel into the dumpster. Mike, what happens after that?
Throws the towel in the dumpster. We showed that's for the POV shot, right?
Yeah.
So then, hold on, let me have this up. So they cut to the rag. So the rag goes in the dumpster, and then at that point, we could change the angle of the shot to change it up, like what Ray was saying, where the lab assistants are coming up, with the one with the towel on the face, the other with like the banana, and then in that same shot that we cut to, that they pick the towel off the face. She smells it. Maybe a reaction shot. This is the part where we can do a reaction shot from the guy. She's like this completely disgusted. That's
how many shots would you just told me of them coming out of the dumpster? The narrator says whatever he's going to say. She pulls the towel off of his head, smells it, he reacts.
That could be the same shot. That could be the same shot, unless you want to get a specific reaction shot on the one of the lab assistants.
What if it's all in the same wide shot? This is all happening in the same shot. After the
Yeah, no, it's like a medium. I imagine like a 2-shot. You can see like under the frame, on the very bottom of the frame is maybe a partial of the dumpster, or you know, and in the back you just see the 2 heads kind of popped up. And you know, it's kind of how I envisioned it. But I mean, we could play with that.
So okay, so wide shot or medium shot. Sorry. Okay, so medium shot. It's just the 2 lab techs coming out of the dumpster. So it's just the 2 lab techs. It's their thing. He's got the towel on the head.
Yeah.
She pulls it off, smells it, and then we get a close up of the reaction. And then maybe he's like, oh, and he kind of goes to like throw up. And then it goes back to the wide shot of all 3 of them, the lab techs and the narrator, and then the lab tech says,
And the guy's still there too, right?
the cook is gone. The cook is gone.
Oh, the cook is gone. Okay.
So we got the wide shot of the 2 lab techs, the narrator, and the dumpster. The narrator says, Manscent made from the manliest, what is it? What the fuck is it? He says, try Manscent. Oh no, he says, Manscent, the manliest smells made from the manliest men. That's after the reaction. So we have the dialogue, the only dialogue in the scene. And that's it. I mean, that covers everything. But I mean, let me walk you through it again. Tell me what you think.
You don't want to have a shot of
the trash can, of the trash. Then it goes to a wide shot of the cook taking the trash out. We follow the cook. We see the narrator sitting by the dumpster. The cook comes in. Then we're doing a what is it? A medium close up. We said medium close up of the after he throws the trash. It goes to the POV shot, the medium close up of the cook wiping his face. Maybe the extreme close up of wiping the butt. Back to the medium close up. He throws it almost towards the camera. Then it's a medium shot of the 2 lab techs coming out of the dumpster with the towel on the head. She takes the towel off of the tongs, smells it. Cut to the reaction of one of the lab techs, or it's a close up of the reaction. Then it's back to a wide shot of the narrator, the 2 lab technicians, and the dumpster. He says the dialogue, and then we're at the next scene.
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah, my thing is, I don't know if you don't want to have. I think you should have the chef in there, dude, shaking his head and walking off.
We could have that in that wide shot. He could just be standing there. We could.
I don't think we need to have the chef actually like going off. You know, it just kind of like kind of brushes over the fact that they're there. Like he's like what? Like, ugh. And then it just kind of just goes over it, because if we try to like get him going off too, that might take away from the comedy of what it is.
And here's what we'll do.
Some kind of reaction is fine. I think him, because he's in it. We follow him in the beginning, and then it cuts, and he's just completely gone. I just like I said, like it's like
oh,
really, he's like, what the fuck?
I think he should still be there.
Yeah.
We could do it. We could do it in this last shot. We could do it one with him and one without him. Just to
okay.
Figure it out. And then when we're editing, we can decide if that's something we're going to keep or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. All right, Mike. Establishing shot, close up. The wide shot of taking out the trash. We see the narrator. Medium close up POV, wiping the sweat, extreme close up, wiping butt, which we might cut to, and then back to the POV medium close up. He throws the towel towards the camera. Medium shot, the 2 left technicians, one with the towel on his head. She takes the towel, smells it, loves it. Close up of the reaction of the grossed out lab tech, you know, and then we do a wide shot of that same scene, but now the narrator's in there, maybe look, and then the narrator says whatever he's gonna say, and then we're on to the next scene, and then depending on how we establish the next scene, we can make sense of this.
This next would be
The
the
locker.
locker room.
But you got all this written down?
Yeah, I got it in the. I have it in the
Okay.
docs in the document.
I gotta take a bathroom break. Let me take 5 minutes, okay?
You think, man?
Where is it?
Hey, do you have access to this one, Ray?
Not right now. I can grab my laptop and plug it in.
Okay, if you don't have to, man. I'm just making notes on. We made a shot list section.
Okay.
Typing all this stuff up there.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't know where the link was because I haven't been using Instagram for the past like month. So.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So I didn't realize you guys were doing it right now because there was like talk of different times. So I was just like, yeah, maybe I'll just check it real quick. That's why.
Gotcha.
But,
yeah, I know it was kind of up in the air, but I think Matt decided Friday. Things getting changed.
Yeah. Didn't even knew. Yeah, I think we might, like, when we get down to it, there probably might be just a few more shots that get spontaneously added in there, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like 8 shots feels low, a little bit low for it, but
it does. But I think what we have at least gets the story out, and from there we can work on. Okay, well, what this might look a little cooler, or this angle might work better.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, because we don't know. Like, my thing is, like, we get there, something might be in the location, and be like, oh, let's use that, like as a marker or something, or something to put out of focus and makes it look cool, just to switch this angle up.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. And what else do we have left after this?
There's one more shot. There's the there's the locker room scene, and then back to the immaculate apartment. Where we started at.
Ray, Audie says hi.
Hey. Hi, Audie.
He's in the other room. Okay, so we got this shit, right? Ready for scene 5, right?
Yeah, this is the locker room.
Oh, we're almost done. This was easy too, I think. Almost done. Scene 5.
Or the locker room, dude. I've always wanted to do a really cool locker, like in the shot where it opens up and it's like the camera's inside the locker and the guy opens it up.
Oh, that's cool.
If we can do that, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, this is what we have here. I'm gonna move the camera. So we have these lockers just here, right? And then on the other side we have the wall. All right.
Does anybody have a green screen?
Yeah.
We could put the green screen against the wall, and then we could put like a locker, make it look like a locker room in the background.
Yeah. We could do that. I don't know if I have to see how
it would
big
just
my
be
green
that
screen
one.
is.
It'd just be that one shot, and actually, because it's looking that way, Well, no, we'd have to be careful because we got to think about the other angles we're going to be filming at.
Yeah. I'm not the best with green screen. I know you have to light it perfectly, basically, to make it work. You can't.
And we're right by a fucking window, so maybe not.
Yeah. If we had light, I'm pretty.
But the lighting is would be constantly changing. So like keying it out, we have I've tried it, and if you have different shadows, it just sucks.
Yeah, no, I know. I did a couple green screen stuff. I'm not too bad with it.
Okay.
It's funny. I did a project with Wexler. I did green screen. It came out really, really good. It's funny.
Nice. Well, we can always test it out, I guess. But
I mean, it's just no. It won't take too much time. Sorry.
No problem. If we focus on like just like closer up wide angles, we can make that scene. I know if we can make the scene without making it look like it's in an office.
Yeah, I mean, we have to keep it tight, right?
Yeah, we'd have to keep it wide and close up.
So at least from this angle, the athlete, maybe he comes in here, it opens up, maybe you have the camera inside, but you see him probably, closer than this. So all you see is like him opening this up. He puts his jog strap in there. We see the jog strap.
We might have to film this part at night.
The latex space is gonna be like right here, right?
Yeah, and that would be like a profile angle.
Huh?
That would be from where you are right now. Just move the camera towards the window and closer. Yeah, like so. Yeah, flat on.
You can cover this up with something too. So this could be like it could be really focused in on the Bobcat. So we can get rid of the background and put just a sheet or something.
Yeah, and we could do what Mike said. If we might be able to do it at night, so we can control the lighting more.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Actually,
yeah.
Thinking about that though is to make it look a little bit better because it's gonna be hard to get lighting. Because if we shoot by that angle, getting a light in there and making it look more like it'll look really, really flat, like really flat.
What if we use your softbox and we had it coming straight down?
Do we have a rig to do that? To like a C stand or something? Because I don't.
Dude, there's literally one in here.
I might be able to. Let me. I have to.
That's a light stand, right? Not a C stand.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jose he says he has a C stand, or Josh has a C stand, but I didn't see it, so
Kevin
that too.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's use the Ari while we're at it too.
Bro,
Let's do it.
if we
Grab
get
it.
Kevin on this shit, he'll let us use the fucking Ari. As long as he's here. Yeah, no, dude. If we get Kevin here, and
we get a Kevin.
dude, we have access to all kinds of cool shit. So we can get a C-stand.
Ari.
Good.
Good.
As long as he's a C stand.
Yeah, he's a C stand.
All right, we can get.
But no, a top shot. I think would be perfect for that scene.
Yeah, a top shot, and then we just add some fill lights, so we'll be good.
No,
With
top
that,
light. Sorry.
Yeah, top light. We can. The walls are white, correct?
No.
No. No.
Kind of, but you see on this side.
If we point the light just straight up too, and we just no softbox, we can make it super soft too. So that might work. We just test it out. So, because that's what I did for the scene for our 48-hour film.
Oh wait, does your light have that small circle?
Yeah, it has a reflector.
Oh, I'm thinking like a. It's like a spotlight almost, or no?
Yeah. No, it has it's the I think it's literally called a reflector. Yeah, but it's not a photography reflector, but the actual like cone.
Yeah, the cone. Yeah, because I'm thinking if we could find a way to prop it up high enough, turn all the lights off in the room, have that circle right on right where the freaking locker is at.
spotlight. Yeah, kind of.
That would look kind of cool with it black all around, with the darker all around.
All right, so
Yeah, I don't want to do darker all around just because we're still trying to make it comedic. And I love that lighting. Don't get me wrong, I love that lighting.
Yeah.
But it's too cinematic. It's way too
Okay.
cinematic and too movie like when we're trying to make a comedy, which is more flat. But I don't want it to. I would still want it to have a little bit of depth. That's why if we do it somewhere similar to the 48-hour film, where most things it's nice soft lighting up above, it'll have a good, still have some good depth with still being
let's not get
soft.
carried away on a lot of
Okay.
that
Okay.
that night, right? We need to
Well,
like, how does
Well,
it
we
open up?
what's that?
So I like the idea of opening in a locker because it follows through with opening. If it follows through with an establishing shot of underneath the car, we got the trash can, we open the locker. It's kind of setting a precedent. Like we're somewhere else.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
I think we shouldn't just. I don't think we should just start. I don't know if we should start with the locker
Yeah.
being opened up. I think start with him opening a locker from a 45-degree angle and maybe tossing it in, and we can have like then it would be more of like the in the camera inside the locker, you know. And then as he closes it, we come back to another 45-degree angle or the profile shot to the jock, and that's when you see it close and you see the person there or something like that.
I like that. What about instead of the first 45 angle shot? I like going back to the 45 angle shot, but what if we started off with like an extreme close up of like the latch on the locker, where you see maybe his body blurred out as it's getting close, and then his hand to lift up the thing for the locker is in focus.
Yeah. I like that idea, but we can't necessarily do that shot because there's a whiteboard in the background and stuff. So
if we're filming from I see. Well, then everything in the back would be out of focus.
These are the lockers here.
It's just an idea.
No, it's a good idea. I think if we, but we just can't have, like, we can have it from the angle where the camera's facing towards the window. That's essentially what we're going to have to do. We have to turn everything towards the window in that kind of arc. So we can have it where it's just like, hand on the locker, open it up to a maybe more wide establishing medium shot of him like putting something in there or like showing it's a jock. So it'd be like hand, let's see here, like hand like this kind of lock to a wider like this, and then throwing it in, you see throwing it in, and then back to side profile shot where you have someone like behind the door, behind the locker door, Does that sequence make sense? So here to here.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay.
All right, so we start hand on the locker door to a 45 where we see the door opening. 3, we see the jock strap go inside of the locker. Closes. 4, we see the lab tech behind the locker room door.
Yeah.
And then she opens the locker too, grabs the jock strap, smells it. The fucking the other lab tech is throwing up in a trash can maybe. And then what does the narrator say in this scene? He said, try Manscent, made from men for men.
Mm-hmm.
That should be at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, Enzo. Sorry, dog.
You know how this works,
Enzo,
right?
stop it.
So we see the lockers, the whiteboard, the window. This is camera coming in at the 45. Probably the camera here coming in close. Really just 2 shots, right? So we got the 45 and we have this profile shot. And the profile shot's just zeroed in on the hands and then otherwise zeroed in on the lab tech's face, right?
That thing should go at the very end of this, dude. That the narrator, that part.
Yeah, it really that's the call to action, my friend.
Say that again.
That's the call to action.
What is?
The hold on. Sorry, dog stepping on my foot. The try Manscent for men or whatever. That's like
for men.
made for men.
For men. I'm made out of men. It's coffee. It's fucking horrible.
What was the exact wording again?
Try Manscent, made for men for men.
Yeah, that doesn't need to be. This needs to be a little bit more more bantery dialogue here rather than try this now. That's definitely an ending.
What if it's something like going like a our was it Manscent is created by like authentic lab techs or genuine, or it's like certified lab techs or lab assistants.
That would have to be. That'd be introducing them.
That I mean, it's kind of like okay, because they're in action, so it's just like it's like or tested by or brought by I don't know. Like I'm trying to get into. I don't know. Maybe that's too much.
Maybe we start talking about like field testing.
I was just thinking like to give like a. Oh no, that doesn't make sense, right? Because we are.
Well, this could be like because this has to be a continuation. Like we had to have introduced the lab techs. Like we even go out to the field with our certified lab techs, and then we see them start going to these places. That's what this is, with like a little bit of banter from the narrator, and this. Let's see here. Let's think of the banter.
Would it be better? You see this top one where it says the garage, like our top smart people are hard at work developing. No. Yeah, something just needs to be good. I don't know.
But yeah, this could be like, there's no place off limit for our lab techs.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there's no place off limits for our lab techs. They'll go anywhere
There's no place
necessary. There's no place we won't go
to find the secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. That needs to be throughout all of these, like that kind of style for what the guy is saying needs to be what during this research part is what I'm going to call these spots. It's the research section.
There's no place we won't go to find the secrets to a woman's heart and nose.
Oh yeah, stuff like that.
Or the secret to a woman's heart is through her nose.
I know.
Well, that would be an opening thing.
Us here at Manscent have found the secrets to a woman's heart and nose.
That would be more towards the beginning, yeah.
And now we're gifting it to you.
Yeah, that's good. I think that would be placed around either towards the end if you say now we're gifting it to you. If you leave that out and just take that beginning part, you could move that. Like,
dude, if we do, and now we're gifting it to you, then sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The next one where the interior immaculate apartment, we can have one of the lab assistants give the guy the gift, and that's instead of him pulling the cologne out of his bathroom. That's just an idea too.
Oh, actually, yeah, no. And what could be if he's pulling it wherever he's taking it out from, maybe it's like he goes to grab it and the lab assistant's there, like handing it to him.
Mm-hmm. I like that. What about you, Matt? What do you think? What are you thinking?
You said in the last scene, the lab tech hands the bottle of cologne to the guy.
So So put us here.
I think actually, I feel like there. I don't want to tie too much of the dialogue to the camera angles because I feel like we're gonna do a lot of improv while we're there. You know what I mean? So like we're gonna finish writing it as we film it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the more we prepare right now, the better we'll
Yeah, I
be
say
off.
that.
So.
I think
We don't.
right now,
We don't.
let's
Yeah.
focus on the shot itself. Let's not get hung up on the dialogue.
You're starting to sound like one of those people that say, "Let's fix it in post."
No. I'm not saying.
A wee bit, just a
What I'm
wee bit,
saying
just
is
a wee
that
bit.
let's knock out the cinematography and worry about the
Yeah.
dialogue later.
Well, the dialogue needs to be tied into the cinematography. Like,
I know,
too.
in some sense, for sure. Like, there's going to be dialogue, but we need to make it a point where we still need to leave room for improvisation because we can be funnier than this, right? But right now, we need to knock it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
At least kind of like, I'm sure shit's going to change while we're there, you know? Once we're actually on the scene, things are going to happen. But for now, I say while we're in the locker room, what is our establishing scene, right? How do we start off? Are we starting with
with the close up of the handle? That one.
Sure. Yeah. It's just gonna be a quick. He just quickly.
Yeah.
You just see the handle of the locker, and you grabs the hand, opens it, and as he opens it, it goes to a wide, so it's just a cut on action, and then he it's taking off his jockstrap and he throws it in, and that's when it cuts to inside the locker.
Does it make sense for the narrator to be the one behind the locker door? And then the lab techs just take the shit out of the locker?
Yeah, that works. Well, let's see here. Well, what?
And at the scene where the door opens, then he says his bit, right? So the door opens, he says, blah, 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 blah. And then, and then we cut to the lab techs reaching into the locker. She comes out, she smells it. The other lab techs are really grossed out about this. And then, and then we cut back to the apartment scene.
We could have. So he could be behind the locker door as it closes. The narrator, he's saying his things, and the jock like closes it, not even like registering the guy's there. And then you have the lab assistants come back and reopen it and grab the thing and put it into like a little like a bag, Ziploc baggie or something. I think that would be good. So you can get all three of the elements in that there.
So you want the jock walking off with the narrator?
No, the jock. So narrator is there. Jock just leaves, like as if nothing's happening.
Okay.
I think if it's a we should have it be.
What if? Good.
So profile shot, more a medium shot with where you see the. Shoot! I need a. What? Do you have a? Hold on, sorry. 1 second.
So here, check this out, Mike. Close up, the hand on the locker. Cut back to medium shot. The jock pulls out his jock strap from his bag, and he's like, "Woo!" He throws it in the locker, and then it's a close up again of him closing the locker. The locker door closes. We see the narrator's face. The narrator does his dialogue, right? And then we need to see the locker door reopening again.
What if?
And that close up, the locker closes. We see the narrator. He says his dialogue. On the other hand, reaches across his face, opens the locker to reach in to grab the jock strap, right? And then
Mhm.
we cut to, I don't know, maybe another close-up of the lab tech smelling it, and then another, I don't know, medium shot of the other lab tech grossed out.
What if they just pop their heads in? You know, like so when that same shot, you know, you see the narrator taking his stuff, you see the hand come in, or a wider, maybe a medium or wider medium shot, and then it pulls out the jock strap, and then you see another head come up and like sniffs it, and then grabs it for the bag, and and then coming out of like this where my hand is. So there'd be a head where my hand is, which would be one of the lab techs, and a head of another lab tech would be up here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go through that again. That's interesting. Go through that again.
Okay, so hold on, let me put this down. Okay, so right, we have like the narrator kind of over here, or maybe even a little bit farther back. He does his spiel, hand comes all the way across here, grabs the stuff. So the jockstrap it's a little dark, but the jockstrap
comes across his face.
Comes across here, and he goes, but then
and that was
head
the first good look at the jockstrap too, right?
Yeah, and a head, or like you see like another hand come here, or with a bag and grabs it, or actually the head of like Brianna comes in here, smells it, you know,
and the
grabs
is
it.
totally just watching her smell this fucking stinky thing.
Yeah, and we could have the head of the other guy come out from here and just be like grossed out again too. Or the narrator and the guy up here, they look at each other and like, what the kind of like WTF kind of thing, you know?
But remember, I think to see all that, we're going to be in front of that window too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can. I think it would be more of like, yeah, they'd be in the foreground. Like Brianna's head's like all the way over here, and their head's like right here or something like that. And he'd be like right here, you know?
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, I like that. So that means all of this shit, that whole scene is just the close-up, hand on the locker, medium shot, throws the strap inside the locker. Then the close-up, the locker door closes, we see the narrator, he does his dialogue. The same shot, we get the two lab techs doing what you said. And then, how does she reach across his face and get the thing out without opening the locker door?
Hey, what if
I think
what if when he closes the door, the locker door, we do a close up of one of the lab assistant like putting her hand or putting something to stop the door from closing all the way, and it's just kind of like, what the hell? I mean, it kind of takes away from, and then it brings us a little back a little bit more, but it kind of explains more or less how they get it. You know, they stop it from closing all the way or something, or maybe he throws it in there and he goes to close and walk away at the same time. But so we really show it's closing on its own, and he kind of just then the close up of them putting like something to stop it, and it's the lab assistants getting it.
Check this
I don't know.
Look at this. Okay, so the locker door closes, we see the narrator. He says his spiel. What if we have the camera inside of the locker? It opens up, the two lab techs are in there. They reach in there, it's like they're reaching towards the screen, and then they pull out the jock strap. She smells it, and she loves it. He's like, oh, and he's holding the bag. She puts it in the bag. The locker door closes again.
When is he doing his spiel?
Right before that. So the jock throws his thing in there. He closes it. This is the close up. The narrator here. He says his thing, and then cut to opening from the inside. The two lab techs are here. They're like, closes. That's the end of the scene. And then we're back into
what
the
if he?
apartment.
I like. Okay. I like that. I like that too, where he's right there, that same angle you just had, where you're like the jock, and then he walks off camera, and when he walks off camera after the narrator just was saying his spiel, so he's there. Yeah, he says his spiel, whatever. The jock walks left off camera, and as he walks off, the lab assistant's coming from the right. That could be another way too. It's like a.
Yeah.
So he's like oblivious to like not even know the lab assistants are there. Then he walks off one side, and they come in from the other side.
So
And the narrator stays where he's at. That could be a different way to film that part. And then I don't know, maybe the narrator, because he's there, he just, how they did the locker where they hit on the locker, he just hits it and it opens up for them, or
that's cool. Hey, that's a fucking idea. All right, so check it out. I don't know how the hell we do it. So the narrator's sitting here, the jock is almost oblivious to him. He throws it in there, he closes it, right? The narrator's here, he does a thing, and then it cuts to an opening, right? He goes, he does and it almost looks like it's opening magically, and then they're right there, ready to go in and grab the thing. But I mean, are the lab techs going to be in the scene with the jock, putting it in there? The narrator's here. Where are the lab techs?
The lab techs would
from the
come
right
in after.
Yeah, after.
Oh, so they're not in that scene. Okay.
I think they should come up from the bottom of the frame.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
That adds more to their mystery.
Like
of how they get
this?
Yeah, exactly.
In front of the narrator and where the jock was, because the jock probably walks off.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on. So
See, I like that shot that Ray thought
the
of.
narrator's here, right? And he says his spiel after he's done talking. The lab techs come up like this.
Yeah, I think it should be more of a closer up of the when he does his spiel. Like
for
wide,
sure. It's gonna
like
be
wide and closer up. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it shows back to a wide when he hits it, and then that's when they pop up, or medium wide.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Best we got. Yeah, I think that'll work.
All right, so let's do this. Close up, hand on locker, medium shot where the jock throws the strap in the locker. Close up, the locker door closes. We see the narrator. He does his dialogue. Mike, what happens next? What's the shot?
With the narrator doing his dialogue, that's a close up, right?
Yeah.
And then the wide shot would be of that angled shot where the door is closed. The locker room door is closed, and he already threw it in, right? Or he throws it in.
Well, he throws it in on the second shot. So close.
Okay, so yeah.
He opens the locker. He throws it in there. Closes the locker door. The narrator's there. He says his
spiel. Yeah, and then the angled wide shot for him to walk off.
Okay, so the jock walks off. And then the lab techs pop up.
Yeah. From the bottom.
Yeah.
And then they open up the locker door. So is this like a POV of the locker door? From inside the locker? Were they opening?
I don't know, because they're popping up.
Huh?
If they don't pop up, then we should do the POV. If they do pop up, then not from the inside of the locker.
Agreed. If they pop up, I imagine they're popping up facing the camera, and they turn like almost like snooping around, but they turn towards the narrator in the locker, right? Or are they popping up with their backs already towards the camera?
I think they should like maybe come up with like some that'd be kind of funny, like ski masks or something, just like
or some goggles or like
some goggles or something sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like looking around and then they go in. But
that'd be cool. That'd be funny.
So, but I'm saying
see.
for the POV for the locker, that's scrapped altogether, right?
I think so.
Okay. So the
I think
laptops
so.
pop up, they sneak in, and then how do they get the things out of the locker?
Hold on.
They open the door and then grab it.
Yeah, so yeah, I know, but where's the narrator? So we have the close up of the narrator, so we have the wide shot. The narrator's still there. The jock's walking off, and they just walk up to the locker and open it up.
While the narrator's there, they go up, and that's when the narrator hits the locker, right? He hits.
I think there's like 3 different ideas going on right now. So, Mike, since you're the DP, you got to execute this scene right now. So, close up, locker door closes, right? We have the wide
Yeah.
shot, the jock walks off,
Oh.
right? That's what you want?
The lab techs pop up.
Laptop
We got to give enough room for them to pop up.
All right, and then you say the narrator hits the locker.
That's where that's where it opens up for them, right?
How do we? I guess. How do we? Okay, so it opens up like magically, right? He hits it, it opens up.
Well, either he hits it and it locks for them, or he hits it and it cracks open. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
So
that old
how
locker
is the
trick.
shot of them reaching into the thing?
We can be that can happen all in one shot,
The
man.
only way I imagine it making
Or
sense,
cut
like
to
Ray said, they reach across his face, or it's a POV of them reaching in. Because I'm imagining this. This opens up, right? So he bangs it opens up, and they just reach in.
You just cut to a flat shot of against using the frame of the actual locker, and just a 2-shot with their backs facing the camera,
Okay.
and they're reaching into the locker.
Okay, so it's almost like so now
We're just
doing
switching
like
the angle.
a medium shot of the lockers themselves.
Medium,
We're
yeah.
like almost seeing over their shoulder, trying to like this.
Medium close up, mediums, yeah.
So they're looking over. We're looking over both of them to look inside of the locker, right?
As they're reaching inside the locker, the door's open. You can probably see part of the narrator still on the right side, but not 100%.
Okay, so how close do you want to go with that?
Okay, so then it would be
Because it can't be too wide, because then you're gonna expose all this other bullshit.
no, we don't want that. We want to keep. I mean, the medium shot that's against them. I think, like I said, we keep it about the length. Try to keep it. Let's not go outside the frame of the actual locker itself, if we can, or maybe barely. If we need to. Ooh.
So the lockers in frame.
So a medium shot, but it's like a top shot, like a bust shot, but they're gonna be facing away from us.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the lab techs, either their profiles, right? They're on either side looking inside the locker, right?
Yeah.
Or are we seeing their backs?
We could do like a slight profile. Maybe one's like slightly turned, the other one's reaching inside. The one with the lab,
So it's just them two in between the locker, and they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. And we might be able to see us like on the side, depending on how wide we can go. Maybe part of the narrator kind of just standing there, so we know.
I don't know if we'll be able to fit them in there. We can, but that's cool. We can just get rid of them right there if we want.
Yeah, we can. We don't have to.
So the medium shot, the lockers in frame. You see the profiles of the lab techs. They smell the jock strap, get grossed out. That whole scene.
Hold on.
And now we're back to the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe one of the lab techs, he smells he's grossed out, and then he closes the locker, and on that action we cut to something back into the apartment where.
Oh, that'd be cool. Is as they're after they reach in, is that shot from inside the locker of the two, like you said, and they're, that's where one of them's marking it, the other one smells, and that one's kind of like ready to throw up. Oh, he runs away because he's gonna throw up, and so she slams the locker shut. And you're right, that's what transitions to the next.
Okay, so that last scene then is going to be a POV close up from inside the locker where he's about.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
That's cool. Like
Say it one more time.
How do you feel about that, Ray?
Walk me through it.
All right.
So good.
Close up, right? Hand on the locker door. He opens it. We're in a medium shot now. The jock pulls his jock strap out of the bag. He's like kind of grossed out. He puts it in the locker. He closes it. Close up, the locker closes. We see the narrator. He does his dialogue. Then we're in a wide shot. The jock walks away. The lab techs pop up from the scene. Then we're in a medium shot. Then in front of the locker, they open it up. She pulls it out. She smells it. The other one's like, oh my God. And then now, cut to a POV shot of that same scene inside of the locker. They're like, oh, and then they close it, bam. And that's the end of the scene.
Yeah, that works. I think it works.
All right, cool. Okay. Scene 5. You got all this shit right down there?
Yeah.
All right, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Close up, hand on locker, medium shot, jock puts the jock strap in the locker. Close up, the locker door closes. We see the narrator doing his dialogue. Back to a wide shot where the jock walks off. The lab tech or the narrator is by the locker. The lab techs pop up. Back to now we're into medium.
That's when they pop up is where you see him when they turn towards the locker. They're gonna pop up, or they're gonna either be facing the locker, or they're gonna pop up and turn towards the locker.
That's when we got to. They pop up and then they turn, and as they turn, we go to the locker, and then they're like walking into the locker. So it's almost like they come up, the scene cuts, and then it's them walking towards the locker. Right.
Are we gonna still show the narrator hit on the locker, pound on the locker to open it up, or no? To unlock it.
I mean, that's cool. That's on the shot. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, that can be. Let's see here. After the jock walks away, that can be right there. Just the chat as soon as he leaves.
Before,
like
or
it's like the coast is clear.
Before the lab techs pop up, right?
Before lab techs pop up and after the jock leaves,
Cool.
It could even do this, dude. The jock walks off the scene. He bangs the thing. He walks away too. Then the lab techs come up. They walk closer to the locker. We see the locker. That's the only thing in frame. Then they do the thing.
I like that.
Perfect, bro. That works.
Yeah, that works.
I like that.
All right, so let me run it through just for so we have it all down. Okay, Mike? Close up pan on the locker. Medium shot, drop, throws the strap into the locker. Close up, the locker door closes. We see the narrator who does his dialogue. Then a wide shot, the drop walking off. The narrator bangs the thing. He walks off too. The lab techs come up. They sneak up on the screen. Bam, medium shot. The locker's in frame. We see the profile of the lab techs on either side. They open up the locker. They pull it out. She smells it. He's grossed out. He's holding the bag. Instead of putting the jock strap in the bag, maybe he throws up in the bag. But that's already a transition into the POV. He throws up in the bag. The locker door closes. Now we're back to the next scene. That's scene 5.
I figured that from inside the shot, right, from inside the locker shot, that's where they grab it. He kind of gets a whiff of it as she's pulling it up, and he leaves from the locker shot. He leaves out of frame. She puts it away, looking at him like whatever, giving him a look, and then closes it.
Okay. We can do all kinds of fun stuff when we're in that shot. So
I'm just thinking, so we don't. We can end it off on the, so it's not jumping back and forth to the closed shot. That's why. No,
it'll just be from the lockers in frame, then to the POV shot outside of the locker. They do whatever the hell they do, and that's the end of the scene.
Okay.
But the scene ends with the locker door closing.
Yes.
All right, cool beans. Scene 5. Woo! Last one, guys. We're almost fucking done. Okay. Scene 6, we are back at the apartment. The man sprays himself with the musky cologne. He kind of gags himself out because it's gross, but maybe they're hugging again. Almost like a reenactment of what could have been. She smells him. She loves his smell now, right? And then we do the product in the foreground, and then them hooking up in the background, right? So, scene 6. How do we open up? Is it a callback to the first scene, or it's like time's gone on, right? Remember, she first got there. She goes, "It smells in here." He feels bad. Maybe now he's in the bathroom or something, or he's somewhere else. He sprays himself because now we know what the cologne is, right? He sprays himself.
I like the idea of maybe it's the same, like a repeat where we the camera like pans left because you know it panned right to go into everything. So it's panning left or panning the opposite way before, and it gets on the doorway and they're coming in again, but instead maybe like the narrator and the lab assistant hand him like the scent and he uses it and she's like she loves it or something.
Yeah. So it's a reenactment. I think that's good. Just hear me out. So the same scene as the beginning, they walk into the door. You know when she smells the first time it smells bad, except this time it's the same smell, but she's like, ah. And then, you know, it shows him and he's like, you know, thanks, Manscent. Or he's like, oh, thanks, Manscent, you know. But it's the reenactment. It's the same scene, but now she likes the smell. It's like one of those allergy commercials. You know, we always say, but they're really sick. But by the end of the commercial, they're like,
oh, what if it's a cut to the shot and it's the narrator that walks in, sprays the man scent, and walks off. And when he walks off, the door opens up and they come in. And then she's like,
could be. What do you think, Ray?
I'm thinking. How did we leave the scene? Because I wasn't here for the beginning, the first one.
So the wide shot of the jock. Let's see. Hold on. Cut to medium shot. Lab tech reaching into locker. Oh, here we go. Shot from inside locker. Showing tech grabs jock strap.
No. Not. Sorry, I'm talking about the scene one.
Oh.
Like.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
How did that go? For everything. Like, so what are they're going through? She comes inside, right? Or something like that. And then.
So we're going to open up. You remember how Josh's house looks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the front door, right? Over here is the living room area. So they walk in, right? So they're almost in the door frame. They walk in together. Then I think it was it a close up of her smelling the air?
So what we had was we had a close up and wide shot interior of the apartment. That's how we were going to start it off.
Okay.
So just to show that the apartment's clean and nice and nice. So then after that, it's a wide shot of the front door as they both enter.
Okay.
Then it's a medium 2 shot of the woman's reaction and smell, and he asks what's wrong.
Okay.
Then it's a wide shot of a 2 wide shot, 2 shot as the camera pans left or right with both pans left or right, and that's kind of the transition of them going while they're walking to this couch.
Yeah, so they walk from here over here to the couch. They walk past one couch here to go to this couch. They sit down, and the narrator's like, either he's already here, or he's like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "It just smells like a girl in here." And either the narrator kind of stands up from behind the.
He kind of emerges from the back, from behind the couch.
Or he's just standing there already. We can figure it out. But yeah. So the first shot is a panning shot, or not a panning.
Okay.
It's what is it?
Follow.
Yeah, we're following them towards the living room a little bit. But you saw Josh's house, right? My house is the exact same way. Literally, the door's here, and we just follow them there, right?
Yeah.
And you can even have it where, you follow them there. Now we see them sitting on the couch.
And then it's gonna cut to pretty much like a jump cut to it's like a close up of the narrator, while he's talking, but he's gonna be in the next scene.
But really, dude, the only thing that matters
Yeah.
But the last scene is going to be the beginning shot, right? Because like we're reestablishing that something else is going to happen, right? So we can disregard all the panning and shit. It might even make sense to where they come in there. So they come in as they're walking in, she smells, and then it's like plopping down on the couch, you know? Whatever.
I'm just trying to see like like where we can start off for this is fine. Like start off for the scene 6. I know I just try to give me a sense of like what you guys are saying for reenactment and stuff like that. What if we like just start off where they left off here on the couch?
That's a move.
And like so when the narrator starts talking, you know, behind the couch or something, we're like, all right, now let's go back to the scene and watch what happens when he like sprays this. So I could imagine if we went this way, I can imagine this. They're back on the couch, you know, the narrator pops out from the back, he hands, like it's kind of like frozen.
What if he leaves behind the couch and the narrator's like right there with the fucking bottles?
Yeah, something like that. Essentially, so he gets handed the bottle while he's on the couch, while the girl's not noticing or something, and then he sprays it real quick.
And then she stares and she turns and she's like something's completely different.
She's like, oh, it's so much better now. Like, that's
she's
better.
facing away from him, kind of like disinterested. He sprays it like for breathing, and then she turns around and she's like, oh, like something kicked in.
It's like
funny. That's really funny scene, dude. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like the Axe stuff, you know, where all of a sudden you spray and then you have a magnet of girls, but it's just, you know, she's not interested to like super interested as soon as he sprays it. Okay. So it's like, it's as if the whole research montage happened in like 1 second, right?
Yeah.
Well, literally, it's like it's been going on, and the only difference is literally he went from not having the spray to just having the spray, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We could have it too, where she's completely oblivious to make it seem like our audience makes it seem like did she even know that what was going on? Like, because he's talking, he gives the guy the spray, he sprays it, and maybe it's kind of like after that, maybe like narrator walks off, and it's back into the normal, like it's like maybe like lightens up all around and more around, and it's like kind of it's them, and she's kind of like back into moment. So she has no idea that he sprayed it, even though he was there and all that happened. She has no idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think she can know what's going on, right? That's like the thing.
No, she can't.
No, but I guess the best way to do it would have to be like with lighting. You just kind of hone us in on him and
it might be a little difficult doing that way, like trying to make it brighter and stuff like that. So
I'm just trying to make her like completely, maybe like no reaction, and then all of a sudden reaction after like, okay, this.
I think we can do all of that on the couch in the medium shot. So what if we do this?
Yeah, I think it's
couple. Hold on. So we do the couple. Yeah. She's not interested. We do a little close up of him reaching behind the couch with the narrator, handing him the cologne. Right? He's over the cologne. Back to the medium shot again. He sprays it in the air. She turns to him. Now she's interested again. And then maybe they're sitting on the couch together, right? Maybe he's like this. He turns to the camera like this. He's like, thanks, Manscent, right? He's got her arm around her. And then it cuts to the product in the foreground. And then they're still on the couch. Maybe they're macking down in the background. They're really blurred out, right? Does that make sense? Let me say, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Medium shot.
I'm gonna be right back.
Close up of the narrator handing him the cologne. Cut back to the medium shot of him spraying around. Suddenly she's interested, and then now it's like it's a close up POV shot.
Yeah.
He thanks the audience basically. He says, thanks, Manscent. And then cut to, I don't know, what would you call that where it's really focused on the foreground and the background is obvious, but it's blurry? What do you call that shot?
I mean, it's a shallow. Is it shallow foreground or out of focus? I know what you're talking about. Like you want the background.
Yeah, maybe it's focused on them at first, and then it brings it back to like the foreground shit here, you know?
Rack focus, right?
This is what I imagine. So here's the cologne bottle. Maybe there's an orange and some breakfast cereal. I don't fucking know. And then
Okay.
they're on the couch here. You know, they look little, but they're doing their thing. And it zooms out, or it moves for focus from them to here, right? So it goes from here to the front here.
So a rack focus.
There you go. Rack focus. And then, I don't know, what do you call that? The product shot?
What is it? Oh, product. Yeah, on the actual product itself.
Okay, so let me go through this again and see if everybody's happy with this. All right, this makes sense. Medium shot, the couple's on the couch where we left them in the first scene. Close up of the narrator, she's not happy. Close up of the narrator behind the couch, handing the dude the cologne. He grabs it, he sprays it back to into the medium shot. She likes him again. Now it's a POV close up of he's turning to the camera. He says, "Thanks, Manscent, for making a man out of me." And then boom, we're at this scene where we rack focus from them in the background, kissing and shoving, focus in on the product itself. And then that's it.
Yep,
You like that, Mike?
I do. Hey, give me a quick second. I'll be right back. Sorry. I do like that though. I like where we're going with that.
All right, cool. Yeah, hot as shit here, dude. What do you think, Ray? Ray, you here?
Okay, what'd I miss?
Okay. So here's what we're talking about. Mike just stepped away, but I'll break it down for you. So medium shot, couple on the couch.
Right. No, I like. Hey, sorry, I like that, dude.
Okay, I'm just breaking it down for Ray again. So medium shot, the couple's on the couch. She's disinterested. We do a close up of the narrator handing off the cologne to the guy. Back to the medium shot, the one we originally had, to the couple on the couch again, right? Couple on the couch. He sprays it all around. Now she's interested, right? And then bam, she nuzzles up against him, and then he turns to the camera, right? He thanks Manscent for making a man out of him, and then we back focus. So it's a wide shot of at least a couple, and then we have them like kissing or whatever, and then we rack focus back to the foreground where we have the actual product, and then maybe the tagline, right? Thanks, Manscent, for making a man out of me, man, or whatever the fuck we said, and then that's it.
I think it'll work.
Okay, so we got basically 4 shots because 2 of these are the same. But medium shot, close up, medium shot, POV close up, rack focus.
What was the POV close-up shot again?
Of him thanking Manscent, right? That's him turning to the camera and saying, like, "Thanks, Manscent, for making a man." And he's like talking to the audience, but he's thanking the commercial, right?
Are we no longer seeing the narrator? He's gone. He's done.
And he's gone. The last time we see him is just handing him the cologne. And that could be ridiculous, bro. That could be him like literally on his knees, like, handing this shit. But we'll play with that.
I think a cool shot might be like if we do him handing it behind the couch, like, so imagine like more of a wider one. We could do a kind of close up too. Just this idea came to me. You see the 2 people behind, like the back of the heads behind the couch, and you see him behind the couch handing him like the Manscent, but like he's like trying to grab it like behind her.
Yeah, they're like
You know what I
shuffling
mean?
hands.
Yeah, they're like trying to grab it real quick, and he's just like
He's
trying
like,
to
"Out of
hand
there."
it up. Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
yeah,
That's funny.
something like that.
Okay. I would like to. Can we do the close up where you see? I really want to see the narrator like on his hands and knees. You know, he's in a fucking suit, and he's trying to be sneaky.
It could be what yeah, it could be
And then the
that.
wide shot at the back of the couch.
Yeah, I think cool. The like a close up of him looking down at like how do I explain it? So if you were looking behind a couch, like so here's the here I
Oh,
have
I'm
couch.
about it, dude. I love that. Back of the couch, they fumble, and then to the medium shot of the couple on the couch.
So it would be like, so imagine you have the couple like right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the narrator's like right here or something. And
Yeah.
so it'd be like the dog would be there where the narrator is. And then the close up would be like this, and you'd be like, here's this, and you see like the hands come together and he sprays it right here or something.
Yeah, I like that. I think so. All right, so let me just run it through and see if this makes sense. Medium shot, couple on the couch. She's disinterested. Close up to a POV of like almost like the guy is looking over. POV close up of the narrator with holding the clone up, and then we're back. I think it's a wide shot of the back of the couch, right? Where now they're fumbling. Are we zeroing? Are we closing? Are we doing a close up on them on their hands trying to connect?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
I think that would be just like add in. Yeah, I think we need a wide and close up just in case.
Yeah, and then that we can add that in. That's B-roll. That's stupid. That's funny. Not B-roll, but okay.
Just add in shots. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So medium shot up on the couch. She's not interested. POV close up of the guy. He looks over the couch and sees the narrator handing with the cologne. Then a wide shot at the back of the couch of them like trying to do it, and then zeroing in on them trying to like exchange hands. Then back to the medium shot of the couple on the couch again. He sprays the shit, whatever. Now she's into him, and then a POV close up of the guy thanking Manscent, and then the rack focus, and then the end.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me write this more neat. So, medium shot, close up, wide shot, close up, medium shot, close up, rack focus. And let's see. POV. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots. Medium shot, close up POV, wide shot, close up, medium shot, close up POV, rack focus. Got it?
Yeah.
You want to
Sounds
go
good.
Mike,
Hold on, let me
tell
focus it.
it to me, see if it makes sense.
Hold on, hold on. Hold on.
You hear me, bud? Mike?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going over it. I have a medium shot, close up, then go back. You move the camera again. Sorry. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's me.
I don't know if you can read that.
Oh, the wide shot back of couch. So that's after that. So, wait, what's the first close up?
The handoff of the narrator
Okay, so then what'd you write for the second close-up? What is that again?
So there's three close-ups. First one, medium shot of the couch. Close up. So now it's him looking over the couch. We see the narrator on his hands and knees trying to hand him the cologne. Then we do a wide shot of that, basically of the back of them, of the narrator trying to do this exchange with the guy. Then we close up on their hands because they're like, it's awkward. And then back to the medium shot of the front of the couch, and then to a close-up POV of the guy thanking Manscent, and then the rack focus, the product placement, right?
Okay, but again, so the first close-up is him handing.
Yeah, that's the narrator on his hands and knees, and it's mostly just the narrator holding the bottle up.
Oh, okay. So he's not even handing. That's where I got confused at. So he's holding the bottle, not handing it.
Yeah, not
I thought you had.
holding
I thought you had handing it twice, and I was tripping out.
No. So you only see the narrator in the first close-up. You don't see the guy at all. You don't see the guy until the wide shot. The narrator and the guy aren't in the same shot together until the wide shot.
No, yeah, okay, I get that. Okay.
And then the close-up is of them exchanging hands. That's the actual handoff.
Okay.
And then back to the medium shot in the front of the couch. And then a close-up of him thanking, and then the rack focus, product placement, and then probably the tagline. And then tagline would be like voiceover.
Okay, hold on. I pretty much got it. I'm just double checking it all. Make sure it's on point. It's accurate.
Kevin?
So we all good?
What's that last part after close up POV?
The rack focus.
Oh, rack focus. Okay.
And then, dude, I guess after this, I mean, then you could start considering like what kind of lenses you want to use for the shots, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, now you have like a general idea at least, and then, preemptively figure out what equipment you want to use, what we need, right? I mean, you know what we have available. If we can get Kevin to lend us some shit, we got Danae who's in class and all that stuff. So think of what we need and then let it marinate in there. And then the day of, we'll see, hopefully, if it all comes together. And then if it doesn't, we're gonna obviously try to stick to the shot list as much as possible. And then next time we make a fucking movie, we'll have a better understanding of like how to operate better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm prepared for this not to be perfect, but this is practice. You know what I mean?
I get it. I'm sending the link here. I don't know if everybody has it. Ray, I don't know if you have it. There's a link to the spreadsheet. I've been updating it on the way.
This is the shot list?
Okay.
I have the shot list added to the spreadsheet that you had.
Okay.
So, and I just added that to the Zoom group chat.
Nice.
Zoom group. Is that on Instagram or is that on? Because I don't know what.
This is in the chat right now. It's just the.
No, the link's in the chat, but it's a Google spreadsheet. It's a Google Doc.
Yeah, it's the same as the spreadsheet. I sent it to you already.
Oh yeah,
okay.
if you have it, then it should be updated.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it. Yeah.
And then cool. I think we're good, man.
Oh shit, we did it.
Sweet.
Hey, so now
do we have a cook?
Sorry. I said we need locations and possibly start thinking about costume design for some of our people.
Right. Yeah. That'll be another meeting for now. I think we got everything we need at least for this one, and I'll schedule something else, and I'll give you some time to figure out what equipment you want to use, dude, and then I'll start thinking about what kind of costumes and shit we need, and then we'll meet up again in a couple of days. Maybe we should have dinner, dude. Talk about some other shit too, When do you get back?
I should be flying back Monday. I'm going to check flights Monday or
Okay.
Tuesday.
So maybe let's meet next week again. We'll think about everything we got to think about for over the weekend. Maybe we'll meet Tuesday or Wednesday or some shit. I'd like to meet with Josh and Alita too, and then we could talk about Syndicate just as a.
Alita?
Yeah. I was hanging out there. Well, I let her borrow a camera yesterday, but I just let her know that I wanted to talk to her. I don't want to say too much yet. I don't want to like talk about it, but just thinking of like the kind of roles it takes to make anything. Like obviously she's like the sound engineer person, right? And then I mean, we'll figure it out. Just think about what you want to be when you grow up, and then we'll talk about it over dinner and stuff. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
good
don't
shot.
want to like dive too deep into it because I know we're all like super busy. We're all doing our own shit, and it's like, what can we bring to the table? What can we do together? Or what page are we all on as far as like availability and just getting shit done? So let's just think about what we have right now over the weekend, and then I'll schedule a meeting Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we're all available. With hopefully all five of us, me, Mike,
Sure.
you, Ray, Josh, and Alita. We can just sit down and do something.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Whatever happened to that Danny guy?
Oh, Danny got
I thought
COVID.
he was going to be Oh,
Yeah, that time he said he was sick. So whatever. I mean, right now
gotcha.
Mike's gonna DP this shit, for at least for this sketch. And obviously we all want to try different stuff. You know.
Yeah. I was just curious. Because I didn't hear about him. So
Yeah.
I don't
So
really care.
he told me he has COVID. So fuck him.
Hey,
Yeah.
after this sketch, I have that script. It's a short script I wrote. It's about 12 minutes. I'm finishing it up. I should have it in about
Yeah, man. If we
2
can do it,
weeks
I mean,
or a week and a half.
at the dinner, bring the script.
Okay, I will. All right, brother. Anything
All right.
else? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Right.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Take care.
You see that big sheet of equipment that's available?
Me?
No, Mike.
No, which one?
Same sheet. If you look, there's another tab that says equipment on the bottom.
Yeah.
You'll see all the cameras and like lenses we have and shit like that. But if we got Kevin up on this shit, maybe if he wants to be a producer, he can like hook us up with the school stuff. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool. Okay.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm out of here. Take care, guys.
All right. See you later.
Mike, you know what's available at Valley. You were the intern there.
What happened?
I mean, you know what's available if we got Kevin on board.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. I'll look it over, and then I'll start working on like lenses and stuff like that, or what we can use for what shots and okay, man. So let me know the next meeting.
Okay. Yeah, but see ya.
Bye, brother. Later.